Good now. We should be good now. Let me change this one thing, and we're Gucci. See someone in the request. Give me a moment. Let's switch Microsoft, Google Voice, and or we signed in. Yep. Perfect. Alrighty, guys, we are good to go. Continue to tap the screen, share out the live, do all of the good things. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you? God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you? One's a statement, one's a question. Oh, now I'm in my own live. Hold on. Let's do all the good things and get these conversations going. What's going on, YouTube? What is your name here?
Oh, sir.
Your name not showing up. Stacks win fights. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, sir.
Okay.
But I heard you ask the question.
Alrighty. We are looking for Trump supporters. This is for the 77 million people who voted for Donald Trump under the belief that God aligns himself with Trump and Trump aligns himself with God. Under the belief that he is a... Hi, Amanda. Under the belief that he is some type of Christian, that things like the Big Beautiful Bill, the government shutdown, and all of these counterproductive things to your faith in any way, shape, or form is good. That is who this conversation is for. If you did not vote for Trump, you are not the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. Therefore, stay out the request. What's going on, Terrell? I appreciate you. We are currently live on the Tube side now. We are currently live on the Tube side. Good to go. Thank you, Manda and Allison and everyone else for knocking out, Hannah, for knocking out the gift. Let me go ahead and reset that. But yeah, I don't want to talk to people who didn't vote for... It never ceases to amaze me. People who didn't vote, or at least didn't vote for Trump, they voted third party or whatnot, wanting to be a participant in Trump conversations. You didn't care about the man enough to vote for him in the election, which I guess in some ways is a half decent thing. Stay out of the conversations. This has nothing to do with you. This isn't your fight. This isn't your fight. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? But how long? How far are we into the shutdown, y'all? Is it day 4? 4 or 5? I want to say. Friendly reminder. Certain people aren't getting their paychecks. Good, Christian, hardworking citizens aren't getting their paychecks because of this. Make that make sense. I've been shut down since November 5th. Make that make sense. Why are we okay with this? I need an answer. I need an answer, and I need an answer from a Trump supporter, because this is what you voted for. I don't want to talk to people who didn't vote for this. For the people who voted for this shutdown, for the people who voted for this agenda, how is this okay? How is this okay? That's my question. Thank you, Allison, for the pumpkins. I appreciate you. Guys, continue to do all the good things. Those of you on the Tube side, you can be able to call in. I did just set up that number, so we are Gucci to go there, and I want to make sure it is ringing. Hold on. Yeah, it should be. It should be working, so yeah, we're good in that department. So once again, Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. I see a chirper in the comments. So let's see what's happening here. I don't want to talk to you if you're an atheist. I don't want to talk to you if you're, I don't know, a Buddhist. I want to speak to you if you are allegedly a Christian Trump supporter. And I want to say allegedly very strongly, because I unapologetically make this statement. There is no such thing as a Christian Trump supporter. Right? If you're a Christian, you voted for Trump. That's one thing, right? You voted for it. It's whatever. Bad decisions happen. If you claim to be a Christian and you voted for Trump and you still support Trump, hate to break it to you, I'm here to revoke your cross card. That's what we're going to call it now. I'm here to revoke your cross card. I voted for Madam Vice President Kamala Harris because of her values aligning with Jesus, because of her values aligning with God, and not the person who can't seem to stop cheating on all of his wives, was held civilly liable to sexual assault, of E. Jean Carroll, and 26 or 27 other allegations. The man who says he hates Democrats and he stands on said hate couldn't even get in Kirk's unaliving, which you guys know I fucking hate talking about that worthless sack of crap. At Kirk's unaliving memorial, whatever you want to call it, he was like, I know Charlie would want me to forgive the person who did this, but I won't forgive them. I hate them so much. I hate them. I'm like, ooh, it's a little contradictory. There's a little verse in that good old book. I think it talks about hate being schmurder. I think it talks about hate being schmurder. You guys don't know what verse I'm talking about? You guys know what verse I'm talking about? Let me pull that up for y'all. Let me take y'all to school. Let me take y'all to a little Saturday school, okay? I can't remember which one it was. We're gonna find it here. Yeah, it was John 3:15. Wait, no. The most direct Bible verse I hear. Yeah, John 3:15. Anyone who hates a brother or sister is a schmurderer, and you know that no schmurderer has eternal life residing in him. We can also go to Matthew 5:21-22. Anger and contempt for a brother are as serious as a physical act of schmurder. And before anyone tries to find a loophole around that, the same way you guys try to find loopholes around love thy neighbor, I don't ever remember him saying if they're a citizen or whatnot. Your brother is humans, human beings in general, your brothers, your sisters, your people in Christ. There's no specification whether they wear a cross or not. There's no specification for if they're a citizen or not. There's no specification for if they're a particular shade. It says, love thy neighbor as thyself. And everyone is supposed to be our neighbor, including those of us overseas. But Mr. Bibi is still allowed to get away with the genocide that's taking place in the Gaza region. The misplacement, sending off Palestinians over to Sudan, even though they still have an active slave trade going on. Unapologetically standing on those actions. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. School on Saturdays in this economy. Thank you guys for knocking out the pumpkins. I appreciate you. WCR, we have 130 people in the live. On the TikTok side, 7,000 likes. Let's get that up to 15K. Maybe at some point, someone's going to be able to explain to me how God fucks with Trump. Maybe someone's going to be able to explain to me how God fucks with Trump. I'm asking questions. I'm asking legitimate questions. And the longer we go without someone being able to do that, tells me two things. Because I've noticed something with the alt-right Christian nationalist base. I think it's a lot easier to defend Donald Trump on your lonesome, right? And I use a lot easier very loosely. But it's a lot easier to go, oh, well, you know, we're protecting people. We're AI, saving the world, all this bullcrap that they like to say. It's a lot easier to go off of that. But when you attach God, when you attach Christianity to it, then it's vastly different. Then there's the selective New Testament and Old Testament cherry picking. When it comes to many of the verses we bring up about shellfish, mixed linen, then it's like, well, that was done away with. We're on the New Testament. Okay, the New Testament says this. The New Testament had Jesus walking into a place where they were robbing people and flipping tables. But then God forbid we have a protest without our hands up on our head praying. And then it's violent riots. I just think it's very contradictory personally. I just think it's very, very contradictory. I just want some consistency. If you're a Christian, okay. Tell me why you voted for a man who couldn't even put his hand on the goddamn Bible when he was being sworn in. Tell me why. Because Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, you know that what did they say about her? She's some type of Hindu, Indian witch. You guys remember that? Because of her middle name is Devi, D-E-V-I. Her middle name is Devi, right? So folks were saying, you know, like those, have you guys ever sat down and watched like a conspiracy video from like a Christian where they try to align everything to the Illuminati and stuff? So I saw this video where this guy was like, it's like the fake woke rap. It's like, so you know, Kamala Harris, her middle name is Devi. Devi is 4 out of 5 letters. You add one more letter to L. The L means lost. The L means losing, right? And that's why we can't vote for her, because we don't want America to lose. But listen, hear me out. So you add the L to the Devi, and that makes devil. Did you know her mother was an Indian? And you know them Indians be worshiping the 3-titted gods and stuff. You can't be doing... Bro, I love those videos. I really do. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I love those videos because it's like, if you have nothing happening upstairs, it makes sense. For me, it's just entertaining to watch the correlations that they made. But yeah, you know, them Indians, man, they be taking the curry and they be burning the curry in a circle. And when you burn the curry in the circle, that means down with the Christians because they're anti-Christian, right?
God bless you.
Oh shit! It's batshit, bro. It's absolutely batshit. But no, Kamala Harris grew up Baptist. Kamala Harris, when she was swearing in people, when she was sworn in herself as the Vice President of the United States, not to mention District Attorney, Attorney General, she put her hand on that good book. She put her hand on this book unapologetically. Unapologetically. And I think that would be difficult for a demon to do. Like, they can't even do a holy water, right? You throw some holy water and they start steaming. I don't remember seeing her steam. Do you think we would have seen Donald Trump steam on January 20th, 2025 if he put his hand on it? I think that would have been a sight to see. And you know, I'm going to say this. I'm going to nitpick the left. I'm going to nitpick Democrats now. Because with all this AI crap that we see coming from the right and these fake maliciously edited videos that they pull up all the time, when are we going to start our propaganda train? When are we going to start our propaganda? Where is the video of Donald Trump on January the 20th, 2025, as he's walking up to be sworn in and the person has the Bible out and he has his hand to his side? Where is the video of him steaming? Where's the video? Where is the video of him steaming? I want to see it. Where's our propaganda, okay? Where's our fake news? You guys are, you know what? This is why the left lost. You guys are far too busy trying to ground yourselves in realism and reality. And that's why you keep losing. As long as you keep trying to be like good moral people who tell the truth and try to help folks, you're going to keep losing elections. We got to get better at this propaganda shit, yo. We got to get better at it. Continue to tap the screen, share the live, guys. We are just about at 15K. I appreciate y'all. Send these little pie things. Let's get that going. Let's get that going. Another thing I'm going to say. The best argument that Christians have is abortion. And when I say best, I use that very loosely too, because then they ignore the bitter waters. The best argument they have is abortion. You take abortion out of the mix and it's like, Kamala was a devil. She was an Indian devil. That's all they have. That's all they have. Oh, we got an interesting one in the request. I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to have a little fun with this. So those of you who are unaware of who David is, David doesn't know his Bible so much that Santana just randomly made up some shit out of his ass one day on a live. And David was like, yeah, that verse. And he has this pinned on his profile, mind you. If you go to Santana's profile, you'll find the video of David just going along with a scripture that doesn't even fucking exist.
I just cooked your boy Santana today, fun fact. I just cooked your boy Santana today.
It was crazy.
He ran from me.
And I just think it's funny how these fake ass, weird ass white boys, right? They like to get up on these panels and they like to think they know what they're talking about. And then they just come up and embarrass themselves and act like we don't have these things recorded in 1080p. I just think it's fucking hysterical. And of course, his main argument is abortion. Santana's went over it, Erica, so many different people. But he won't stop getting up in the request. And he won't stop embarrassing himself. It's super funny. It's super funny. Anti-case, David. You are a Trump supporter, and you're a Christian, allegedly. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you?
Huh? But God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do I? I mainly support Trump because of his more conservative opinion on like AB.
Cool. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you?
God like fucks with every human. What he does? What
I don't
are
remember seeing that in the Bible.
are you? God like loves everybody.
Did I say God
As
doesn't
like
love everyone?
okay, if you love somebody, then how would you not fuck with them? What? That makes no sense at all.
Really?
Are you like?
God
Yes.
bless you.
Thank you very much, Wakandan. I appreciate you. So your love for someone equates to fucking with them.
Yes.
Interesting. 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 So tell me, I'll give a personal example. I grew up with a stepfather, physically abusive, treated my mother terribly, blah, blah, blah. I don't love him, to be fair. Actually, that's a terrible example. More so, I'll say another family member that I have. Problematic person, horrible political opinions, causes harm. And while I may love them as family, I do not fuck with them. You can love someone from a distance, right?
So you don't.
You can love someone from a distance, right?
So you don't actually love them. Okay.
You can
So,
love
okay.
someone from a distance, right?
So you love them, but you like just
Can
don't
you
talk
love
to them
someone
at
from
all.
a distance? Yes or no?
You can love. Okay. What do you?
It's a yes
what do you
or
mean
no
by-
question, David.
Like, I feel like all this is just trying to
I
avoid
feel
the A
like
B the.
you don't know how to answer questions directly, and I feel like you're being a pivot patriot. So I'm going to ask you this one more time. Can you love someone, David, from a distance?
I feel like you're trying to avoid the A B.
Ba-ba-ba. That's how we do that. That's how we do that. I have this thing about people who let up like regulars in these spaces who just want to use the same arguments, not answer questions directly, pivot, do all this crap. I don't have the energy for that. When you come up on my panel, you go by my rules, and the rules are we don't pivot. Every question, including from myself, including what you ask me, has to be answered directly and specifically. And if you don't, you can go find somebody else time to waste. That's not what I'm here for. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Ann. You could find someone else's time to waste because I'm not playing those games with y'all today. So if we can get a Trump supporter who wants to come up and answer questions directly, more than welcome to. But the answer is, guys, you can love someone from a distance. The distance would then imply that there may be a separation of your closeness in relationship with someone. So you can love someone, and that distance would then say you probably wouldn't fuck with them, right? Because if you have to make distance between you and them, it's for your personal health, your safety, so on and so forth. But because of your heart, because of Christian values, whatever you want to call it, you still have love for that person. You still have a heart. I have several people that I love dearly that I'll never talk to again. Truly mean that. Just because I wouldn't talk to them doesn't mean I don't love them. I just understand I have to protect myself and my peace. I didn't think that was a foreign concept, but then again, common sense is foreign to Trump supporters, so there's that. Continue to tap the screen, guys. Continue to tap the screen, do all the good things, and we'll move on to the next guest. What do we have here? Jack, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Hi. Yes, I did.
And are you a Christian?
Yes.
All right. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you?
Well, because I'm a Christian and I like him as a person.
Okay. That's fascinating. You started off with he's a Christian, right? Or you're a Christian. That's what you said specifically.
I'm a Christian.
So I would
Yes.
say you, based off of that one statement alone, your vote for Donald Trump is a little contradictory on your values.
How's that?
Because Donald Trump is anti-Christian. His actions have proven that. His words have proven that. His criminal cases have proven that. His civil cases have proven that.
I don't feel that way.
Okay. Tell me one Christian thing that Donald Trump has done since taking the Oval Office on January 20th, 2025.
I can tell you something he's done before that. Right before that, a lady called, or lady, it was in the news. A lady needed money. She was good. I can't think of what the exact why she needed money, but Donald Trump ran into her on the street, and he walked on by, but he ended up writing a check and giving her money. And she said, God bless Donald Trump, that if it hadn't been for him, she wouldn't have been able to do what she was going to do.
Got you.
And so he gives out money to strangers,
Yeah. So
but he doesn't boast about it.
he very much does. Okay, cool. So if Genghis Khan sees a person struggling, he gives them $5 and I don't know, a piece of fish. Would that make Genghis Khan a Christian? Just because he may have done a thing that aligns itself with Christian values, such as giving to the needy?
I don't think that's his religion.
That's
I mean,
that's the point. Yeah,
yet, yes. The answer is yes.
got you. So Genghis Khan can give someone a fish and some money, and that would not negate everything else he's done to disrespect the faith and the God he
No.
allegedly claims to serve.
Well, if he repents to God, what he had done.
Yeah, you're correct. Repentance is one hell of a loophole in the Christian faith. Speaking of repentance, I vividly recall Donald Trump saying something along the lines of, I've never had to ask for repentance. I don't think I've done anything to do so. I go into a church, I eat my bread, I drink my grape juice, and then I leave. I remember that in 2016 when he was at a Christian event. So Donald Trump does not value and respect the importance of repentance, which I would argue is one of the fundamental principles of religion, of Christianity, right? Which is forgiveness.
Yeah.
Not forgiveness.
Yes.
Repentance. Because you can't put something away unless you repent for it. The first step is acceptance.
Yes.
Right? You admit fault.
Yes.
You repent. Pick up your cross, follow me. Sin no more. So if Donald Trump doesn't understand repentance is where it starts, and he doesn't feel like he's done anything to repent, then that would by default make him not a Christian.
Yes. I guess I can agree with that.
Yeah. So again, you stated off saying you voted for Trump because you're a Christian. But your Christianity and Trump's Christianity don't seem to be in correlation.
Okay, I can understand that. But I like what the promises made and the promises kept.
Give me one of those promises.
The border.
The border.
That's the big one.
Thank you, Erica, for the $5 on Venmo. Erica told me to do this. I don't know if I could do this impression. If you voted for Trump, you're going to hell. Hell is going to swallow you up. Just get swallowed by hell. That was the best I could do, Erica. W's to you for the $5. W's to you for the $5. Appreciate your support. Guys, the best way to support the platform is through the gifts. And those of you who have any extra coins on you, Cash App and Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Appreciate your support. Okay, so the border. Let's talk about that. Do you think Donald Trump's border policies are Christ-like?
I think that if you're here illegally, I think you need to go back where you came from. There is a right way and there's a wrong way to come in the United States.
Sure. That right way doesn't justify you being, beaten, demonized, deported. Several issues with that.
They're not beaten.
Many of them are physically assaulted. There's been several reports of it, and there's currently an ICE agent under review, and this was announced by Kristi Noem, Linda McMahon. Not Linda McMahon. Damn, I forgot her name. Where this officer was suspended and is currently under review for assaulting a citizen. Not even an undocumented migrant, a citizen. We have this on video.
Okay.
So they very much are doing this, and they're doing it all in mask, which makes it a lot harder to hold these people accountable. The one that we did get on video thankfully had his mask off. If it wasn't for that, like the many other cases that have taken place, there would be no justice for this individual whatsoever. Hell, we can't even bank on them actually doing anything internally. As far as we can know, he could literally be masked up right now, back on the streets, doing the same thing to other people. But you talked about there's a right way and then there's a wrong way. Did you know that
Yes.
at least as of 2022, 70 something percent of undocumented migrants were here illegally?
In 2022,
Correct, as of 2022. And 2022, mind you, was the peak of encounters over the southern border. That's when we had the majority. And that is when we had still the majority migrants here legal.
what I would like to know is why is everybody making such a big deal over Trump deporting everyone when Biden and Obama did the exact same thing?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about it. Are you guilty the second you're born?
According to what you read in the Bible, we all sin.
Guilty of sin, right? And there's a chance at forgiveness,
Yes.
right? There's a chance to get out of that. But basically, that assessment, let's say in regards to your parents' crime, so on and so forth, would you say there would be maybe a little bit of due process that would be assessed for each and every single individual, right? When the rapture takes place.
I think there needs to be.
Or apparently it's already happened. We're on round 2 now or whatever. When the rapture takes place and we get rocketed up to the sky, we will all be judged according to our actions, correct?
Yes.
Great. So that would be a form of due process, right?
Yes.
Great. So Obama and all the people want to jump to his deportation record. While there are absolutely some that may not have gotten the proper treatment, I watched this one interview with this one guy who was deported under Obama's administration unjustly. The vast majority of his deportations did involve due process, even in expedited removals, according to the law. Donald Trump completely circumvented that. The biggest and most blatant example, well, maybe one of them, I should say, being Kilmar Bregro Garcia, to the point where the Supreme Court had to make him bring it back. And now we have a current case opening up because they believe that he was charged vindictively. I don't think that in any way, shape, or form is an example of any of Obama's deportations. No one under the Obama administration was deported just because Trump wanted to send a message or he didn't like brown people. Obama didn't like brown people.
See, I have a problem with that. I was listening to somebody else's, whatever you want to call this, on TikTok, and they all say he's deporting them only because they're brown people. He's not only kicking out, I don't want to say the word brown people, but he's illegals, the ones that are going back to Mexico, but he's also getting Muslim people. He's getting people that are going back to
Muslim people?
he's getting not Muslim. He's also getting other people to go back to like Iraq, Iran, people that were here illegally.
That's also
Predominantly
still
brown people. Yeah.
Okay.
not only is that still not white people, but it's
Okay,
still
but they're
fits the
here.
narrative.
But they're here illegally. That's my argument.
Most of them are not, actually. And even the ones that aren't violent criminals and should be given their day in court. Donald Trump is picking them up from their court hearings. Listen, we're not going to be in disagreement about upholding the law here in the United States. I think it needs to be changed, but as it sits right now, yeah, sure. Someone comes in undocumented, at least after the first time when it's just a civil misdemeanor, you're up for deportation. No arguments about that. What I find interesting is that he told everyone that he's going after rapists and murderers and schmuck dealers, and then he's been going after people who just run mom and pop shops. He's been going after people who've been here for 30 years. He's been revoking the legal status of Haitians, Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, just to send them away, as if they haven't had established lives here, as if they didn't do it the proper way. So I think the argument about him just wanting to do it the right way and protect Americans went out the window the second he got in and canceled the legal applications of citizens doing it the right way.
And I feel sorry for those people. But they'd had 30 years to do it the right way.
I gave
they
one
had 30
example
years
of 30 years. There are people who've been here before then. There are people who are claiming for asylum, because asylum is also the legal way that you guys keep talking about.
But if they've been here 5 years, 6 years, 30 years, whatever, they had plenty of time to go get the application to start for citizenship.
You are aware. So I think that first off, not everybody here wants to be a citizen. Like I think us as Americans feel this privilege have this privileged mindset that everybody that's coming into America want to be citizens. The people that are coming through, they apply. It takes 6 years to just find out if they will get asylum status or
I
not.
heard it was 8 years.
On average, 6. Yes, there are some people that are waiting for all 5 of their court cases for up to 10 years. On average, though, it can take somewhere between 5 to 6 years. Even with that, after they get if they are granted asylum,
Stickers aren't updated.
they then have
Sorry, go ahead.
they then have to go through and get a green card, which that takes anywhere between 2 to 4 years. And then citizenship on top of that. That entire process going from asylum to citizenship can take over 10 years, well over 10 years. That is the process in which we have in place. That is not because they've been waiting for 10 years just to start applying for something.
And to add on to that, if we're to talk all this rah-rah, have all this rah-rah about the legal process, knowing damn well the legal process is slow and behind, what has been Donald Trump's solution to fixing the immigration problem, to make it easier for good, non-criminal people to come to the U.S. and become citizens?
That I don't know.
The answer is nothing. And I'm saying that based off of not only all the bills introduced into Congress, which has been next to none, based off the executive orders and the very rhetoric that he touts out of his mouth. There have been no solutions whatsoever. We had one candidate who wanted solutions, and 77 million people could care less. I think that's example 2 that we've given you of the fact that not only how God doesn't fuck with Trump, Trump doesn't align himself with Christian values, even in our immigration system, which is helping people who need it. Are you under the belief that the people that we've deported since he took the Oval Office have only been criminals?
No. No, I'm not.
So,
And I do
isn't
think
that
there's
what we should
I do think
prioritize?
there's isn't that what?
Isn't that what we should prioritize?
Yes.
That would be protecting
And I
people,
d-
right? That, I would say, would be godly. That would be justice for individuals who have suffered
Yes.
by the hands of evil people, status or not.
And that's what I wish they would do first.
And it's not what they did. It's not what they've been prioritizing now. They've definitely caught some people. No one can ignore that. But then another one of the first actions that he did is he literally pardoned roughly 15 to 1,600 people who threatened the lives of many individuals around them and over 144 police officers at the Capitol on J6. That doesn't sound very Christian to me. I want to ask you a personal question. If you were put in a room,
Okay.
or you had the choice to go into a room for 7 to 8 hours, let's say, with someone who was at the Capitol on January 6th and an undocumented migrant, which one would you choose?
I had the choice to go with an undocumented migrant and what else?
Yeah, they were going to throw you in a room, and one room is an undocumented migrant, one room is someone who was at the Capitol on January 6th. Which room would you take?
Either one is fine.
Either one is fine.
Yeah.
I would take the undocumented migrant, personally. And I would say statistically, I have more reasons to do so as well. I am statistically safer with an undocumented migrant than I am around some angry white boy who thinks that Trump lost the 2020 election. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Mel, for the gifts. Thank you, Blue. I appreciate y'all. Continue to tap the screen. We have 194 people in the live, and we're at 24K likes. Let's get that up to 50K. So double tap that screen for a solid 15 to 30 to 60 seconds. We can easily do that, and we should easily be able to get there in the next 15 minutes. Tap the screen, show the algorithm you want to be here. Those of you on the YouTube side, I appreciate y'all as well. Make sure that you're giving the like a stream and do all the good things in the comments. I don't know if you realized that Donald Trump some people call him the Antichrist. I won't go that far. I don't think you realize just how contradictory he is to your faith.
Yeah.
Do you go to church?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, to be fair, I don't think that church is a requirement. I think it's a benefit, but I don't think it's a necessary requirement, especially American churches today. What does your church preach about? Do they get involved in politics? She probably sits
No.
front row too. That's crazy. They don't. Do you think that your politics are separate from your faith?
Yes.
Why is that?
I think they should be.
Why?
I don't think God should be with politics.
I mean, there's an argument to be made that he never wanted politics. We know in the Bible that it was the people who asked for kings, and he just regretfully did it.
Yes.
But he gave the people what they wanted, and I still very much think that he should be involved in our politics. In fact, I would argue he was never separated. We can talk about separation of church and state in the sake of protecting non-religious people from religious persecution, and then religious people from non-religious persecution, right? Respecting everyone's beliefs,
Yeah.
whatever they may be. But if you are a Christian, we're going based off of if you are a Christian, and Christian values would be feed the sick, help the needy, uplift the downtrodden. Donald Trump hasn't done anything substantial to do that. You gave the example of him handing a check to a homeless lady and saving her life. Good for her. I'm glad she's okay. And then while he did that, he went and cut the Medicare of what's the number, Manny? 100, is it 140 some thousand? I'm thinking about the dollar amount.
God bless you.
Yeah, I think.
In the big beautiful in the BBB.
Yeah, well, even this shutdown occurring right now, that budget. Thank you, Eric, for the caterpillar. Thank you, Olive, for the pie. I just don't find any of his actions, and I can substantiate that most of his actions since taking Oval Office, and we can go all the way back to his first administration, I find most of them to be the complete opposite of everything that my Bible tells me to be. Especially if we're talking about the New Testament, especially if we're talking about Jesus' principles specifically. Jesus talked about usury. He talks about taxation. While he respects it and he says, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar, he also talks about how it was used to rob people. And we just passed the biggest tax cut to the top 1% since the last one in 2017. I don't think that's fair. I see it, Gene. I appreciate you. Gene, did you get my message on Discord? I sent you a message on Discord. Check your messages, please. Jack, I don't want to beat down on you or anything. I think I can drop you down to the comments and just give you some things to think about. Is there anything else you wanted to say before I do?
You asked a question to the other guy about can you love somebody from a distance? And my answer is yes. I have a sister that I don't speak to anymore, but I love her. But I can't be near her.
6,000%. I agree with you. I do not think a requirement of love is to be close or nearby or in proximity to them. But I appreciate you coming up, Jack.
Thank you.
I don't know if you're right, fucking up her conscience even more. I'm trying not to beat down. I don't want to beat down. And I don't think she thought a lot of these policies through. Is that an excuse? Fuck no. But the purpose of me hosting these lives and having these conversations is to make people think a little bit deeper than they typically do. Is to go below the surface of everything that they're told. And I would argue her speechlessness was an example of that. Which I didn't want to, like, what else was there? That she had nothing else to say. So give her some time to reflect and think. Check out your Bible every now and then. WCL, continue to tap the screen. I'm going to reset this live goal in a moment. Is my request just not working? Because I swear I'm letting up people and it's not loading. Okay, there's Olive.
Olive was in there for Algo.
Oh, okay. Whoopsies. Olive, you had anything to add
I'm in
while
the
you're up
egg
here?
carton. Wait, what?
You had anything to add while you're up here?
No, most Christians don't believe what they are taught to preach. It's that simple. I mean, left the Catholic Church for multitude of reasons, but that's the biggest thing.
And I want to make this point, and this is just advice to Christians. If you choose to be a Christian, please understand what that means. Please understand what that actually means. Not what your pastor tells you, not what the Republicans tell you, not what the Democrats tell you. Read your book, and it will tell you what it means to be a Christian. Understand its historical context for select areas. Understand what we did away with and what we kept, and go forward. I do not think a lot of you guys understand what the fuck is in that book. I think that's crazy.
Another thing, Hector, people are saying on YouTube that it's hard to hear you, that you're a little quiet over there.
How about now? Tube-side, how are we doing now? Let me know if I'm good now, Tube.
All right, I'm going to go back in the egg carton. Drop me down.
Thank you, I appreciate you. Elaine Way says, to be fair, reading is hard. Listen, reading was my my strongest score when I went and got my GED. Reading was my highest score. I'm really reading and like real shit. I'm not even bullshit. Reading and comprehension I'm really good at it. I'm really good at it.
I can't find the and I'm probably not looking in the right places for the CR for the House CR. I can't find the amount that projected Medicaid cuts. I only know that the One Big Beautiful Bill is like $1 trillion to Medicaid cuts.
Not all the time.
I don't know
but
how
the
much
sound drops randomly. Okay, that's just a glitch then. Okay.
Why'd you bring me back up?
Oh, I didn't realize you were just okay. You're just in the request for the Mandy, say whatever you gotta say. Do a PSA. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay. Well, there's 189 people in here. Do me a favor, boop the screen, share the live. We're at 21 shares. By the time Hector gets back, let's at least get this up to 50. Go ahead and keep booping the screen. Also get that to 50 while we're here. There is a gift goal. Did he reset? Gift goal of hand hearts. There's only 0 out of 50. We can do better than that. Links in Linktree, links in bio for Discord, among other things. That's all I have.
Appreciate y'all. As she said, excuse me, great ways to support me are the links in the link tree in my bio. We have Hector Talks with 2 R's, Hector Talks with 2 R's on the Cash App and Venmo for those of you who want to support me that way, because apparently we're having Saturday morning church from your good old favorite Kamala Simp. And if you don't want to support me that way, you want to get something for yourself in your support of my platform, you can do so through several other ways. You can do so by subscribing to the platform, getting different perks. We're no longer doing subscriptions on TikTok, although I can't stop you from the superfans thing. More than welcome to. I'm just not paying $10 for it. You can subscribe to the Discord server if you're not in there. Go ahead and join. That link is also available in the bio. Or maybe you want to get something for yourself off of the shop. We have political merchandise here. Currently, I have make 2 + 2 = 4 again, but we also have the 10 Commandment shirt, which actually would have been more appropriate to put up for this live. I should have done that one, but it's fine. Anyways, continue to tap the screen, shout the live. Those of you who like to give me a follow, do so. But we are looking for Trump supporters, Christian Trump supporters. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you? Why do you? Simple question. Simple question. And I think if you stand so strongly on your beliefs, there should be a simple answer. I can't seem to get one. So, request up in the box due to the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. I will take this moment to talk about 2 things that have been itching at me for the last couple of days. One of the names I am going to butcher. Hold on. Manny, I'm pretty sure you have the names for them. Trey Reed is one. And Kay.
We did it, Joe.
Thank you for the follows. I appreciate y'all. K something. What is his name? Erica, you should do it. You know we doing it. You know I don't give a fuck. I cannot remember the name of the other guy. This is the kid who, those of you who don't know this story, I'm going to get his name for you in a second. There's a young man who was allegedly found to have unalived a guy, like an old person, in a car accident. And footage came out later on because they were about to indict him. He was about to lose his life. He was a prominent football star, good kid. And they charged him for unaliving this man in an accident. And the day before the hearing, I believe, he took his life. Fast forward to a couple weeks and months later, we come to find out that his car was a full about 100 yards away from the accident when it happened. I watched the video footage myself of his Charger pulling up after someone else hit him. We watched the video footage of an officer, a police officer, basically pressing a individual to say he saw the black kid in his Charger hit the guy and take his life. And we got all this after the fact. Now someone's not with us because people wanted to lie. And I'm going to go ahead and tie this directly into Donald Trump and his policies. Because Donald Trump doesn't want police accountability. Donald Trump ran off of, and we knew it was rhetoric for the most part, but he ran off of giving them full immunity from prosecution for doing their jobs. The second he got in, he passed an executive order, then stopped taking tallies of the federal police accountability report, which make it even harder to take these people down. And we're seeing the effects of it currently today. So anyone who supports a lawless police force and justifies them in these actions under this belief that the blue line is what saves lives, I would say you're also anti-Christian. I would absolutely say that.
You're talking about the LSU wide receiver, right?
Yes. I can't remember his name. I'm trying to find it.
Kyren, is it Kyren Lacy?
I think it's Kyren Lacy. Let me Google it. I think it's Kyren Lacy.
Okay.
Let me see.
That's how you pronounce his name. But yeah, you're talking about the LSU wide receiver.
That's correct. That's correct. Let's see. This was police defend findings of Kyren Lacy crash investigation after attorney provides new evidence. This was yesterday. They are still defending this. If I'm not mistaken, it was Colin Kaepernick or a team of his that called for a independent autopsy of his body, because the coroner, black coroner, unfortunately, of the region is the one who said, oh, it was a suicide, right? Colin Kaepernick's team is the one who got an independent one done, and they found blunt force trauma. They found some markings. They were also able to assess that he, not in the autopsy, this was different news that was added to it. The day before, he got in an altercation with some fucking Kirk supporter who was assaulting his sister, bothering his sister, harassing, I should say, not assault, harassing his sister over things she said about Charlie Kirk, or better yet, her indifference about his unaliving. So those 4 white boys, hopefully, are under investigation now. Hopefully. And oddly enough, I saw a comment. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you can actually read that whole thing on the blackenterprise.com. They have a Colin Kaepernick funded autopsy reportedly finds Trey Reed didn't unalive by self-unalivement. Family attorney Ben Crump hasn't confirmed though, but it goes through in detail that whole thing that you just said.
Yeah. Erica said not true. No, what are we missing, Erica? Where are the Trump supporters at? Where are the Trump supporters at? Don't tell me the first lady and what just happened scared y'all off. Don't tell me somebody over there was like, oh shit, he knows his Bible. Let me leave. Don't tell me we scared y'all off. Come on. Tell me about the Bible verse in the Old Testament that talks about establishing borders. Manny, I fucking love that one. I can't remember what verse it was, like Kings or something like that, where it was a verse that they cherry pick and they say, it said something about the borders of cities or something like that. And it was like, See, it talks about borders. I'm like, oh, so we're gonna sit
Wait,
there.
what?
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm going to find it. And the guy that I just let up, he ran too. Hold on, I'm gonna find this because this shit was hilarious. The first time I heard it. I couldn't believe it. Experience about sharing borders. Done. Let's see. We have Deuteronomy 19:14 warns against moving a neighbor's boundary marker. Acts 17:26. God marked out their appointed times in history and the boundaries of their lands. There's another one I know. Hold on. God explicitly defines the territorial boundaries of the land of Israel in Numbers 34:1-2 and Ezekiel 47. Then we have Psalms 147:14. Yeah, there's several verses in the Bible they'll say anything that's talking about like an area that was closed off or territory or whatnot. They'll then say that's to say this is justification for a border and border enforcement when that's really just a human appointment thing. That's all that is. And God is just respecting the wishes of the people of that time. In no way, shape, or form is that saying that we should have the National Guard armed at our border, turning down people who are trying to claim asylum in this country from persecution. And they never tend to... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Erica if she has more information on the autopsy thing. 'Cause I only read about, like, I read that exact article and I saw something, but I didn't look too into it. Did you? So you have more information?
Yeah, nothing reputable is saying that the second autopsy has been released. The Clarion, which is a local newspaper, is reporting that the second autopsy hasn't been released, and the only one that is reporting it is this blog ran by a few different women. So yeah, it hasn't been released yet, but I came up here to say that, Hector, you're going too nicely about this whole God doesn't fuck with Trump thing. Like, you have to, like, troll the fuck out of them. Tell them that they're going to hell, because they are. Tell them that they're going to hell. So, like, if you voted for Donald Trump, you're going to hell. Because there's no way that God is going to approve of your decisions. Like, you're okay with cruelty, depravity, all right? You're okay with people dying. Oh, TikTok friendly language, right? Sorry.
I'm good.
But yeah, you're going to hell.
I'll add a little caveat to
You gotta
that.
lean into it.
If you voted for Donald Trump and you don't show repentance for voting for Donald Trump and the actions he's taken because your vote enabled them, you are 6,000% going to hell.
Fuck all that. No.
I'm saying
Repentance.
I'm saying
No, that's their problem right now.
I'm saying the
Think
people
about it.
who still think it's okay, who are still justifying his actions, because there are people who've gone, I fucked up, right? There are people who've gone, I fucked up. Those people. Nope.
Oh, I forgot I wasn't on mute. My bad. I'm sorry.
I have to agree with Erica, though. I also feel the same way. Look, I've also told a lot of friendlies, I love y'all. I don't believe in Reform MAGA. I know that's going to hurt a lot of people. And for friendlies that feel like they are friendly because they are Reform MAGA. And I'm talking about Hector. I am talking specifically about the 3 repeaters, even the 2 repeaters, right? The people that definitely voted in 2024 from Reform.
Nope.
You gon' there's only so much of, like, ask for forgiveness later that I will grant. And that,
Well, that's vastly different. First off, when we're talking about Reform MAGA, that's vastly different from the Christian understanding of forgiveness and repentance, right? So if we choose as people to go, there's no such thing as Reform MAGA, that's vastly different from someone who is legitimately repentant of their vote for Donald Trump and chooses not to support him anymore. We don't get to control that person's redemption, right? But no, I am of the firm belief that MAGA is MAGA. For the most part, MAGA is MAGA. And in part, I have to believe that because I was MAGA. So no, I don't think I'm damned because of my support for him previously. Because I clearly have done vastly different things since.
But here's
time
the.
out. Time
but-
out. Hold on.
Oh,
one
go
moment.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Wait. Back up.
Erica,
what was
I
that
have
you just
told
said?
you this before. Why is everyone shocked when I say this?
What?
I was a maggot. I was a maggot
What?
in 2020. Yes. Yes, I was.
No.
The only thing is,
No.
I did not vote.
No.
I didn't vote, but I was on all these damn boards and forums. I was here
Lord,
arguing
not
against
my
shit
baby,
like
not my baby, Lord.
police. I was making fucking stupid posts about the burning down of cities. Yes, that was me in 2020.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
I have talked about this so much. I don't understand why every time I mention this, people are shook. Why are people shook every time I bring this up? Yes, I was GOP. Very much so.
Yes, but
We never had this
But-
conversation before.
But Hector, here's the thing though. For me, the people that go and say I will never vote for Trump again, you realistically, like first off, realistically, we shouldn't be able to vote for Trump again. So that doesn't mean shit to me, right? That doesn't mean anything to me. To tell me that means actually nothing, right? I don't want you to tell me that you are also going to make the promise you're going to vote Democrat no matter what anymore, right? Like that doesn't mean anything to me because first off, that's not what I'm asking for. That's not what I am advocating for. I'm advocating for people to be educated in the decisions that they make. I don't see repentance in somebody who is saying they no longer support Trump because then the flip side, those same people say, I no longer support the political movement that's in America.
Oh, that's not repentance.
Republican or Democrat. And for me, that is not good. And that is just as bad as saying I'm going to support Trump because you feel like you have never voted or trusted the Democratic Party. As black people in America, we have the utmost of like skin in the game when it comes to the Democratic Party. The utmost, right?
But it's not even about like voting simply because it's Democrats. It's more so like about harm reduction. We know that with the Republican Party, the policies that they want to put into place will legitimately cause people houselessness. It will cause people to be without insurance. It will cause kids to go hungry. Like we see those things, and I think that we can say that at least with the Democratic Party that they don't advocate for those things. Are they the best? Absolutely friggin' not. Do they do everything that they're supposed to do? No, not at all. We could have better parties in this country, but at the end of the
100%.
day, it's about harm reduction. When it comes, I think for the majority of black people who do vote Democratic, it's about that. Also, Hector, I should have known. I should have known.
Diabolical.
The white women.
I do want to make
The
this
white
point.
women.
I do want to make this. Don't you fucking start. I want to make this point. Okay. I'm gonna make this point. So I'm not saying, I don't make sure no one's fucking this up, that just because you say I no longer support Trump, that you're fine. Because Trump is just a current head, a current figure of an entire movement behind him that is anti-Christian, that is, I would fucking argue, demonic, right? So if you just go, I just don't support Trump because Trump is doing this stupid shit, but then you still support fucking Ryan Walters, who currently is under fire because he was messing with minors. You still support people like Tim, they'll never pick him, Scott, and all these other Republican fools, then you haven't realized the actual fucking, you're just talking about symptoms. You're not fixing the disease. You're not talking about the disease. You're not fighting back against the disease because Trump is not the disease. So you can go, oh, I don't support Trump this time around, but once JD Vance comes around, I'm going to vote for him because I think he'll do it better. No, you don't get the picture. You don't get the picture. You're completely missing the plot. Completely missing the plot. Hold on. Somebody said on the tube side, oh shoot, I messed it up. Hold on. Let me read this comment. Why are you glitching right now? Stop it. I find it incredibly difficult to believe that you were ever MAGA. I'd love to see evidence of that. I went out of my way to make sure all evidence of that was fucking scrubbed. Not to absolve myself, but because I got tired of looking at it. I no longer have the Facebook account, all the crap I used to get into during the pandemic, telling people that shit was giving you autism. Like, y'all don't.
Shit.
I have talked about this before. I've talked about this before. Up to this day.
Was it
No. Here's the thing. I knew, but I just didn't. I never asked because I never knew how deep. I knew, but I just never ventured about how deep. You were red pilled.
Yeah.
Can I say something, Hector? I should have known this by the slander of refried beans and corn tortilla that you had on
to
the
do
other
with fuck.
side.
That ain't got shit to do with fuck. Crazy. Crazy.
I should have known. He was bashing. He was like, "Those refried beans look like poop. I hate corn tortillas."
I never said hate. No. See.
That is crazy.
Now that's some GOP ass behavior. You put words in my mouth. That's crazy. I stand on the fact that I grew up in a household where our beans were whole. We cooked our beans, and whatever was broken up was because you stirred it too much. That's what I'm used to. Going into looking like blended beans, just the shit throws me off, okay? The shit throws me off. I'm not saying it doesn't taste good, but it visually throws me off. That's all I'm saying, okay?
Hector, you got a question in it. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Erica.
question for the chat. Like, what brought you out of it?
Several things. So it started with one very stupid post that I made on Facebook surrounding the George Floyd. In many ways, I kind of have, rest in peace, Floyd. I kind of have him to thank in a way, because that whole thing is what started a lot of eye openers for me. So I was in deep red, Kentucky, particularly Murray, which was slightly better because it was a college town, but still. And all the protests and stuff were going on, but then the news networks, the videos that I was watching just showed the one or two incidents of maybe a black person lighting some stuff on fire, better as we now know, straight up fucking white people starting fires. And I remember seeing it, getting so angry one day, and I went on Facebook and I said something along the lines of, "This is why they say what they say about us, blah, blah, blah. Nothing wrong with protesting, but y'all are fucking up your own cities." That's all that stupid shit. And black people came from my ass. People came from my ass. Friendlies, not even just black people, white people, like they came from my ass. And I remember spending a good 3-4 hours going back and forth with folks in the comments where I finally was like, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore. And afterwards, because even back then, one thing I will always say about me, and one of the reasons why, even though I say I was MAGA, I was MAGA light. I say MAGA light because the reason why I was the way I was, the reason I believed the way that I believed, is because that was all that was around me. That's all I heard. That's all I knew. But I've always been the type of person that upon different information being presented to me, I will assess it. So I remember at the end of going back and forth with people in the comments, I something just didn't sit right with me here. And it was just like, all of these people can't be wrong. Because that's how I think. All of these people can't be wrong. What am I missing? And was it in part because I wanted to validate myself? Yes. But I started looking up some things. And I was like, oh, I'm tripping. I'm fucking tripping. So that then made me go, well, if I was wrong about this, what else am I wrong about? What else have I been lied to about? What other things could I be just super terribly wrong on? And we're kind of far off from religion at this point. But even with that, even what I was taught about religious, what it means to be a Christian, so fucking wrong. And from there, I was just like, I have two decisions to make. I can evolve. I can be a better person. Or I can stay stuck in stupid. And I don't like being stuck in stupid. So that was that. There's obviously a lot more details leading up to it and things. But what inevitably made me leave Murray, Kentucky is realizing after George Floyd's unaliving how racist the town was, how disgusting the people were, all the friends that I had that I thought were cool. I never looked at them the same way. I remember this one guy that I would talk to. We talk about woke stuff. And this is around the time where Hollywood put a strong emphasis on diversity. So they were starting to like race swap characters and all these things, which to be fair, has always been happening, but it just got more prominent. And then people just got loud about it because of the internet. And like Miles Morales came out, all this different shit. And I remember this guy used to go back and forth every day just talking about how they're ruining all these characters and blah, blah, blah. And when my mind started to change, I started to review some things. I remember getting into a conversation with him about it. And it was so fucking crazy how it happened. Because mind you, day in, day out, I would basically listen to this person say some racist, vile shit. And it meant nothing to me, right? And then after that little flip, I was able to like, ooh, there it is. There's the microaggression. There's the this. There's the that. It's fucking crazy how it works. And from there, I was just like, I hate it here. So I moved.
So it was some blissful ignorance until you actually started doing the research and asking the questions and finding the answers. Okay, all right. And this was 2020.
Yeah, 2020 onward.
We did it.
All right.
We
I know
did
everyone
it,
thinks you're
Joe.
like
Thank you for the
45,
follows.
but
Appreciate
you're
y'all.
only 27.
So was it mainly that a lot of people were telling you you were wrong on that post?
That was,
Like, what do
I
you
would
think
say
was,
that
like, one-
was, I would say that was the start of it in terms of getting actual pushback on the things that I believe. Because beforehand, like, it was very much, I didn't post too much about certain things. It was more so I just watched the content, consume the content, find myself around people who believed it. But I was never necessarily in an open space where my belief system was challenged. And that was the big difference. Because then it was like, well, that's not right and that's wrong. Here's this. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, fuck, they're right. That's all it was. And that's why you have to be very dangerous. And this is in general of echo chambers, even on the left. You have to be very, very dangerous of echo chambers. Them people will get you fucked up. It's always important to know the opposing side because you can't stand on anything unless you know if you're 100% for certainty in the right or wrong. And you don't know if you're in the right or wrong if you don't hear the other arguments, for the most part. Not every single thing, right? There's universal things we can agree on that's fucked up. But other things, you need to make sure you know the other side.
So you agree with open borders, for example? Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, I'm gonna just call you Pat. You haven't been introduced yet, so let the host introduce you
I'm
and finish what he's
old
talking
in
about.
this TikTok
Okay, cool,
platform.
great,
Everybody knows
fantastic. I'm just gonna call you Neo.
Just call him Pat.
Yeah, Pat.
Trimonio.
That works. Pat, do you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes,
And are you a Christian?
100%.
Great. God doesn't fuck with Trump.
Just
Why
like
do you?
Charlie. Remember Charlie?
God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you?
Yes.
You remember Charlie?
God doesn't
Yeah,
fuck
good
with
old
Trump.
Mr. Charlie. Yes.
I'm just like Charlie.
God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you?
How do you know that God doesn't fuck with Trump?
There's a big fat book
How
with
can you be so
66
sure?
chapters in the Bible that tell me everything I need to assess that God doesn't fuck with Trump.
How about Kamala denying Christians in the middle of a speech in a rally?
She
Do
did,
you
but
agree
we're not
with
talking
that?
about Kamala right now. So let's try
No,
this
she
again.
actually did, and it's
So
legendary.
let's try this again.
Yeah,
Because
you did it in
pivoting
front of
to
everybody's faces.
pivoting. Hey.
So you're gonna tell me that you are a Christian
Shut
when
the
you
fuck up.
supported her?
Pivoting to a demon candidate that you believe doesn't absolve your president of the shit that he's done. So let's focus on who's on the background here, which is Donald Trump.
So we agree that
There's a
she's a
big
demon.
fat book with 66 chapters
agree
in
that
it that
she's
tells me everything I need to assess the fact that Donald Trump does not fuck with God and God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you?
Don't you believe he would? I mean, I get emotional just thinking about when he got saved by the hand of God when they tried to assassinate him. You didn't see that?
What does that have to do with God?
That
Like
won't
he
nothing.
turned, like
What
God
does that have to
turned
do with
his
God?
head in the perfect at the
What does that have to do
perfect
with God?
minute. Because it's meant to be for this guy to lead this country out of
Can I just
radical
Okay, got you. Cool.
Democrat
Let's go by your
left
logic. God saved Hitler a couple
ideologies.
times too.
Do you know that
Did
the
you know that?
Democrats
No.
don't
Did you know
believe
that God
in
saved
God?
Hitler a couple times?
Do you know that
Did
you guys
know
don't
that God
believe in
saved
God
Hitler
anymore?
a couple times? You know there are several people who tried to get to Hitler back in the day. Did God save him too?
Well, accordingly to conspiracy theories, he escaped to some country and then he left there happy ever after.
Did I ask you about conspiracy or did I ask you if God saved him? In the few times where attempts were made on his life where people got close to him, was that divine intervention too?
God obviously didn't save Hitler because
Based off of
Hitler
what?
was doing all the wrong things.
Based off of what?
Right? Based off what we know about him killing a bunch of Jews.
Oh, fascinating. Okay. So based off of what we know about Donald Trump raping women,
he
based
didn't
off
do
of what
that,
we know
right?
about Donald
tell
Trump
me
and the
how many
actions that
people-
he's shut up, based off the actions that he's committed that has caused the direct unalivement of many civilians, whether citizens or not, based off the fact that he is anti-Christian in every way, shape, or form and uses it as a talking point to get stupid people like you to vote for him, I can then assess that based off of his actions, he was not of God. So then I can then assess that God isn't the one who turned his head.
So you see how ignorant you are that you just call me stupid for no particular
I
reason
called
just
you
because
stupid
I don't
because you
agree
made a
and I
stupid
have a
point.
different
No.
opinion.
Your different opinion
Right?
is that God turned his head and saved his
I
life.
have it.
And then you would then have to believe, that God also saved his life the second time that a Republican Trump supporter tried to take it. So you'd be under the belief that
I'm
God
sure if I
directly
call-
intervened 2 times to save his life. And I can take that same logic of every single time any other egregious dictator or horrible
there's
sack
no
of crap in
logic.
history,
You're not making any
every other single piece of shit in history who also had his life saved near milliseconds was also saved
Which
by God.
logic is that? I mean,
The logic that
which
you
logic
just made. I just used your logic
Did you
against you.
find what you're saying even logical comparing
No,
Hitler
listen to me.
with Trump?
Listen to me. You dumb fuck. I'm using your logic against you. So no, I do not
Which
find it
logic?
logical to say that God saved Hitler
I
several
never
times.
said- okay.
You find it logical to
never
say that
said-
if you're saying that Donald
never
Trump was
said-
saved by a bullet because God turned his head. I asked
never
you to
said-
make the correlation that God did it, and you haven't been able to do so. And when I spin
I
that logic
said
back on your
God.
head,
I
you sit here and
said-
ramble.
Bro, what you said all this to make what point?
The point that God didn't save Donald Trump and using that as some type of divine intervention
Well,
argument
that is your
is not
belief,
only
because
something
you don't
that is
believe
not
in
only
God to
something
begin
that
with.
you nor I would ever be able
don't
to
believe in
assess.
God to
That is
be-
not only something that you nor I would ever be able to assess, but we can absolutely say if we're basing things off of actions that they're doing, horrible actions, that God definitely wasn't involved. Because by your logic, you said Hitler did this, so it couldn't have been God. I'm saying Trump did this, so it absolutely wasn't God.
What did Trump do? What he has?
I just gave you
who
several
did-
examples, but we can
How
start
many
from
people
the
has
bottom.
he assisted?
Actually, we'll start with Erica.
How many
We'll
people-
start with.
how many
I
people have-
can't do the rambling, bro. You asked a question, you're about to get an answer. Start with Erica. Go
How many-
ahead. Would you like to give
Yeah.
him an example of what Donald Trump has done that directly disrespects God?
Show me all the Jews that he killed. Show it to me. He's the one defending.
Hi, Pat. If you will, for just a moment, don't talk. All right, just for a moment, please. I wanted to ask you a question because I do have a belief, and I do feel that I am equipped and adequate to actually judge because this power has been bestowed upon me. I fully believe that because you voted for Donald Trump, you're going to hell. All right, prove me wrong. Why are you not going to hell, Pat?
10 more of the
Come off
finger hearts.
mute.
10 more of the finger hearts, guys. Go ahead and knock those out before I reset the goal. 10 more of the finger hearts. Continue to support the platform. Tap the screen. We've been live for about an hour, not at 100K likes. There's 276 people in here, so I'm going to need you guys to double tap that screen till the heart bar gets full. Best ways to support me are Cash App and Venmo, Hector Talks with 2 R's, and make sure that we're taking care of my panelists as well. Carry on. Thank you, Mama.
Sir, Pat, please come off mute and tell us, like, why are you not going to hell?
I mean, you guys don't believe in God, so what is the matter to you guys, right?
You don't
Say
know
we
my
don't believe
religious
in God.
affiliation.
You guys clearly don't believe.
You
in
don't
God.
know my
I
religious
believe in
affiliation.
God.
No.
I'm telling you, I believe in God. I do.
Okay, so when
I
it comes
believe in Jesus also.
to Israel and Palestine, you being out here defending Palestine all day, every day, right?
Oh, so let me get this straight. You are defending the unjust unalivings of Palestinian civilians?
Well, I'm defending the right to defend yourself when terrorists is being committed in your
Absolutely,
country.
absolutely. You're defending the right of Israeli soldiers going into communities alleging that Hamas is using them as meat shields and popping them. Because that's exactly what's happening.
that could be a lot of propaganda.
Can I
that's
ask-
what you guys are
That's
good
not
at.
propaganda.
I think about
Can I cut
60,000
in?
unalived
Just like the
Palestinian
Ukrainian
people,
war,
mostly
it's all
being
about
women and children,
propaganda.
isn't propaganda. I don't know how you make up 60,000 bodies.
May
Bro,
I just?
I don't know why you
Shut up. Go ahead,
so
Manny.
I was just gonna ask you and Erica a question really quick. I believe that there's it maybe a verse. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just a myth. But wasn't there something about turning the cheek?
Something like that.
He said that Israel has the right to defend themselves, and we're going on about the Bible. I believe someone said something about turning the cheek in that book, though.
Yeah, they done it 100 times, my friend. Trust me.
So was there a limit on how many times you can turn the cheek?
at some point you have to defend your people.
I must have missed that verse. Anyways, someone more important to you that had their hand up.
Plenty of time they done it. So you lost that right there.
So first of all, I'm gonna ask you a favor. Don't interrupt anybody on the panel while they speak. You're already embarrassing the raza enough by being up here with your stand. So at the very least you could do is not interrupt other people, if you can do that. Second of all,
I don't represent any raza. I represent myself. I'm an individual. I don't know about you and your razas.
Your accent says otherwise. Anyways,
I
wanted to ask you.
Raza stuff.
I wanted to ask you, right, why you believe that God would save Trump, but he didn't save the hundreds of children that have been unalived at schools. What makes him more special, more pure in God's eyes? And why also did God not save Charlie Kirk? If you can answer those questions for me.
Yeah, it seems like you turned right in the direction of that bullet.
God has a plan for all of us. So we all out here. And at some point we all gotta go. So it's just maybe Charlie
Friendlies, get out of the
needed
place. There's too many of you in here.
To be unalive for everybody to look exactly what is going on in this country. I mean, look at how many other stuff came out of it, right? Like I don't know how many thousands of college now want Turn Point to come visit. I mean,
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
You're supposed to be like, seriously, can you just tell us how you are making it into heaven? Because I am convinced that you are going to hell for voting for Donald Trump. Why are you going to heaven? Tell us, please. Because you voted for cruelty.
I'm gonna go because you guys are already crashing out. I mean,
you're gonna go because we're crashing out?
Bye, bitch.
Hey, he couldn't tell us why he's not going to hell.
I can't do the fucking 16 million points at once. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm gonna drop down to make room, Hector.
Primarily direct people off the platform. How the fuck did I direct people off the platform? What?
I can drop it. I can drop.
Not y'all. I'm
Eric
talking about
Heckerstein.
him. He moved on to several different things. What's this guy's name?
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Geronimo.
Thank you for the follows. Appreciate you. DSAB, did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I did not. I was just hopping in here to say you guys are doing a great job. And I just wanted to say that I appreciate what you guys are doing.
Appreciate you as well, buddy. Trump supporters, request up in the box. You're the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. Christian Trump supporters specifically. If you're friendly, get out of it, please. I do not want to have to keep rejecting your request. God does not fuck with Trump. Why do you? I just want one answer that isn't some construct that you made up in your head about God turning Donald Trump's head at the exact time that it needed to be so that he can avoid getting popped. Because I would argue he was already talking, he was already moving. That's what he was going to be doing regardless if there was a bullet or not passing by it. And therefore he just did it coincidentally as it grazed his fucking ear. Allegedly. Allegedly. And he sure didn't give a shit about Charlie. So I find that fascinating. Donald Trump directly complimented and credited Charlie for his increase of the young white male vote. He did this the night before Inauguration Day in his final speech. So with him being such an integral part of the holy mission of making white men stupid again, well, again is a strong word, why didn't he save Kirk? Why didn't he save Kirk? Why didn't he save, at the very same rally where he allegedly turned Trump's head from ketchup, why didn't he save the firefighter behind? Was it behind or in front? I think the firefighter that lost.
I think it was in front.
I think it was in front. Yeah. Why did he not save the firefighter? The man who had a family, went out there, worked hard, hated Jewish people. A whole nother conversation about his post on social media. Why didn't he save him? Just asking questions. And this is the problem with this divine intervention argument that Christians keep trying to make. We know, any real Christian would know, if you're actually to go based off the book, that it would be somewhat rare, and you absolutely couldn't ascertain what it would be without a clear, obvious sign, right? You know what wasn't a clear, obvious sign? The AI generated photos of the American flag that dropped down in the pew-pewing, allegedly, shaping itself in the form of an angel. Christians had to make a fake flag in the form of an angel and put it in the photos that were taken that day to make the argument that God saved his life. I don't know how many of you guys actually saw that photo. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. I don't know how many of you guys saw that photo. I couldn't fucking believe it. These mofos, AI generated an American flag in the form of like a bird or angel. They did. They did. Let's see. Nation, flag, bird, angel. You guys have to see this. You guys have to see this. And I can literally look at it from here and tell it's fake, but whatever. I got to show this shit to y'all. Go. Oh my God. I could not believe it. If God did it, why are you helping him along? If God did it, why are you helping him along? Do I have to? You kind of do. We're almost at 100K likes, guys. 280 people in the live. Let's go ahead and knock that out. Appreciate all the support so far. Thank you to Justice, Jazz, Ash, Stacy, Felicia, Monica, Dev, Geeky, Subu, Dan, Jolie, and everyone else that I missed. I cannot go over all of that for your continued support of the platform. Those of you on the YouTube side, tube side, God damn it. Thank you for tapping the screen, not tapping. Thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for your engagement in the comments. Appreciate every last one of you.
God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dean, for the crown. Thank you, Sai.
God bless you.
This is not loading up. Give me a second. It's not loading up. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. People relying on AI to now spread this propaganda. Same thing with that one church. How many of you guys seen the video of the church that used Charlie Kirk's AI voice to say, oh, don't weep for me, we're gonna keep going and all that stuff? Y'all seen that video?
Yeah, I saw that video.
That was ridiculous, and they projected it too onto the screen with his face and his lips moving. Like
that is continue the fight or some shit. Yeah, is what he said.
Yeah, literally. Mm-hmm. Hey, Mark on the tube side. Hector crashed so hard he's running. There's a number up there for you. Call it. There's a number up there for you. I made sure that those of you who are missing the experience on here can still interact with me instead of running like a little bitch. So if you call that number on the screen, you can directly talk to me and tell me what I ran from. Because last I checked, the last guest couldn't answer a single question directly. Why is this not working? God damn it. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. No, not you, Pat. Fuck off. Thank you, Samurai. Appreciate you. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Jolie. Where is this thing popping up at? Hold on. I'm just going to do it from my phone because I'm not sure what's going on. Let's do Trump, angel, flag. Da, da, da. And this was posted. This wasn't just posted. I didn't even realize this. I just found this out. This wasn't just posted by some random Trump supporter. This was posted by a representative. A Republican representative in our government posted this, and it's Mike Kelly. Here's the photo. That's the photo. Hold on. God damn it.
Oh, you got to.
Hold on. I think it only gives you a couple seconds. Here it is. Here it is. Fake as fuck. Unapologetically posted by the likes of Mike Kelly. It's right there.
That is crazy.
I don't know about you, but I think we need to live in a world where there's a law in place, where if a government official falls so easily for some stupid ass shit like that and posts that to lead y'all to believe it happened, that's grounds for termination. That is grounds for impeachment. Get him out.
God bless you.
Get him out. That should be grounds for impeachment. Thank you, Stacy, for the autumn leaves. I appreciate you. W's to you. W's to Stacy in the chat, y'all. W's to the chat for 100K likes. Continue to tap the screen. Let's get up to 200K next. That should be grounds to get your ass up out of office. What state is Mike Kelly in? Let me see.
Someone asked what the caption said on that post you showed.
Oh, got you. I got you. Caption says, this was the flag that was flying during President Trump's rally before he spoke. This man has a blue badge on beside his name and everything. If you take a closer look, you'll see that it's not the effort of man. This is the effort of nature. The full American flag was twisted by the wind into this angelic shape with stars on one wing and stripes on the other. A truly divine creation. A truly divine AI generated creation. These are the motherfuckers that saw Trump's post where he AI'd himself as the Pope and thought that shit was real. They thought he was taken over after the last one was taken out by JD Vance allegedly. These are the people that we have in our office. These are the people that vote. Just a thought. Hold on. What state is Mike Kelly in? What state is Mike Kelly in? God. Pennsylvania's 16th district. This man runs a district in a swing state. This man who posted shit like this was probably of the same branch of people talking about how Kamala Harris is not Christian. She's a demon. You're at the wrong rally. That guy who can't tell the difference between AI and reality, that guy says this. Just a thought. And this is why I'm getting to a point in my life where I have just about the same energy, if not sometimes more, same energy for non-voters as I do MAGA. Because as you sit at your house at home and say nothing matters, this fucking guy is taking your vote. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't want to do a restart. I want to give it a couple more minutes. Continue to tap the screen, share out the live to your friends and family, do all the good things. Invite your pet ops here, the Christian ones, preferably. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you? One is a statement. An objective statement, and the next one's a question. If you are under the belief that your vote for Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form upheld Christian moral values and that you align yourself with God with said vote, request up in the box of the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. Thank you guys for the follows. Go ahead and continue to follow this platform. We are live every single Saturday at 3 p.m. CST. We were late as fuck today. I apologize. And then we have random lives throughout the week. And we'll be starting up reading lives. We just got done reading Kamala Harris's book, 107 Days last night. That was fantastic. Those of you who may not be able to afford the book and you don't mind the commentary, Kamala Harris audiobook, her narrating it, is 9 hours. I believe the combined hours of all 5 of our live streams reading the book was 12. So I would just say you get some added little pizzazz in there. You get Jessica Simone reading it. You get one of my mods, Allison, reading it. It's really good stuff. Really good stuff. CST isn't real. I'm sick and tired of y'all saying that. Listen, I live here, okay? I don't get to deny it. I don't get to deny it. Do you guys think Trump will be stopped and held accountable for his actions? No. I don't. That was the purpose of his ruling. In part, the Supreme Court ruling last year that gives him some immunity from this crap. He was laying the groundwork to get excused from his atrocities. Thank you, Jennifer or Feisty, for the $20 on Venmo. Love you. I appreciate you so much, Feisty. Can we get some W's in the chat for Feisty, y'all? Some W's in the chat for Feisty. I appreciate your support. Guys, that puts us up to 25 of 150 of our daily goal. Those of you who want to support the platform that way, you may do so with the links in the bio, whether the blue app or the green app, the Cash app or the Venmo. You may do so with the links in the bio. I'm just waiting on somebody to have the balls to request that. Or better yet, those of you on the tube side to call in. And I just double checked. Yeah, the number is working. It is working. Yeah.
Hector, do you have a list? Do you have a list of all the Republicans and all of the ex-pastors or priests that have been found with kitty corn?
GOPpredators.com.
What is it?
GOPpredators.com or .wordpress. Hold up.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. Yeah, there's literally less. GOPpredators.wordpress.com. Not my list. This is a list of patriots. True patriots who put up Republican people, some of them not in the government to be fair, but yes, Republican officials and regular everyday Republican individuals who have been convicted of anything in regarding to CSAM or child abuse. So, let's see. I think we have some updates here too from the last time I looked at it. We got Nick Fountain soliciting a minor, soliciting CSAM. Mike Jaffarekos creating CSAM. Jordan J. Williams, CSAM. Matthew Stephen Maziewicz, CSAM. Michael D. Pruitt, stalking a minor. James Gosnell Jr., CSAM. Terry Steinwald, child I'm not saying it. Well documented. I do have one gripe with this list, especially if we're specifically talking about the Republican Party, like government officials. I do wish it had a better way to differentiate the two. But if you click on them, it shows you who is who. We know Justin Ihorn's on there. We know Ryan Walters is on there. We know Trump's spiritual advisor recently, he's on there. It just seems like the party of who likes to diddle are the party who wants to always advocate for protecting children. Ash, what's going on?
Oh, not much. I actually didn't mean to request. I was just tapping. But as I came in, you guys were talking about the turn the other cheek verse. And I didn't really get to hear the conversation on that. But that verse, those verses, if you guys didn't know, are actually more than just turn the other cheek and like passiveness and violence. Is also resistance and oppression, especially systemic governmental oppression, because it had to do with Roman law at the time. For example, if somebody asked you to walk 1 mile, you walk 2. So that had to do with Roman soldiers asking citizens, or asking those being occupied to, they could force them to walk 1 mile carrying their shield and things because they were heavy. But they weren't allowed to go beyond that. It was illegal for them to do it. So if you walked an extra mile with it, they had to be forced to ask you to give it back to them, which was considered an insult to them, as well as the whole turning the other cheek. The open hand slap was one thing, but to turn the other cheek and like force them to do that backhanded basically was an insult to someone. All of those verses are more than just passiveness, and they are passive resistance to violence. They are passive resistance to oppression, and a lot of people don't realize that. But again, I didn't mean to request up. I'm going to drop down here in a second. But the other thing is, to the people wondering why we're calling it CSAM, the term PORN refers to somebody consenting. And so if you're saying child fat, then you're implying that there is consent in some way. And so people are asking that we get away from that term. So that is why we're using CSAM instead, child essay material. And I think that that's really important to use that language. So I appreciate those in the comments, as well as you, Hector, and everybody that are saying that. Anyway, those are some really good verses to discuss, because it is about being passive. It is also passive resistance to oppression.
Thank you very much for that.
I'll drop back down.
There's a lot of people on the app who still say child corn, and we know what you mean by it, but it's I believe the argument is corn is consensual, right? And children cannot. Right. So it's better to say CSAM, which is child sexual abuse material. That's why we say
Thank
CSAM.
you for that correction. I hadn't heard it that way.
No, okay.
But that's important to use the right language, because 100% they cannot consent. So
6,000%. But yeah, just learning here. We may have to do a restart. I'm going to do this final call. Trump supporters, if you are still in the chat here lurking, request up in the box. You are the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. Well, not really want to, but I think it's necessary. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you? And I would really like to hear something better than the border. And honestly, I feel like, I think Manny can speak to this too, the border is one of the worst arguments you can make on Trump's Christianity, like entirely.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I don't think that there's any, especially when it comes to any religion, really. I don't think there's any kind of reference to any religious text or that you could try and pull from to debate, like for the in the sense of like the border as a topic, immigration at all. There's just like it's really bad. Tell me you like just come up here and say, yeah, I don't really read the Bible. Like if that's going to be the thing.
Vincent, do you have access to remove? Hold on. No one should be blocking keywords without telling me. I'll look at it later. Thank you for that, Vincent. I'll look at that later. Can somebody let Unscripted up? I will just let the friendlies talk for a bit before we do the restart. Let's do this. I expected them to be mad about this one, but I've noticed it's getting increasingly hard for these people to defend Trump. It's getting increasingly hard.
I haven't found like I've seen a lot of lives lately where Trump supporters are not like typically they come in droves of like 10 plus per like 2 hours or something. Like they're not there. They're like I believe Santana had a good lull as well, where there was just nobody requesting. Like people are not requesting it. Trump supporters. I don't know if it's the shutdown.
Nothing to defend anymore. That's the point.
Like I feel like it's. I agree, but I think that I agree with that aspect from the sense of just knowing that there isn't anything to defend. But I feel like it's the shutdown. I feel like the shutdown has them in this way where it's like. The best they have is the Democrats shut it down, and then when you say, why isn't anybody compromising? I thought they didn't need Democrats. It kind of stalls that entire argument right there. And then they just factory reset and then reboot to, well, I voted for him because of this reason. And then it doesn't. Like they don't have, I haven't seen any, so I'm assuming it has to be the shutdown that has them scared.
The only way I've gotten them up is if I have a background that says Trump supporters are scared of me, and then they run probably about 15, 20 minutes afterwards. I mean, I don't know how long you were in there for, Hector, but I probably sat on the panel by myself for like 20, 30 minutes until a Trump supporter came up.
I'm sorry, I just saw your story in the live chat. Jesus Christ.
I know. There's a few other ones too. I told Manny earlier. Pritzker, right? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, the gov.
Yeah, the Illinois governor said that Trump is activating 300 National Guards without Pritzker's approval. Or, that word. Consent, sure.
So, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in Chicago that is not being reported on. Also, throughout this government shutdown, DHS is not shutting down. So, what does it cost to be what's the price to be a ICE agent? Apparently nothing. They're doing this for just the pure hatred of it.
I think they're being told that they might still get paid, but I don't know. I don't know the propaganda on the ICE side.
Leo said, can we get an AI image of the same that the host has up?
We did it, Joe.
Thank you guys for the follows. That the host has up, but they're all flipping them off instead. That would be fucking hilarious. All those hands on Donald Trump as they just flip him off. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Send me the photo, I'll do it.
Send
me the photo, I'll do it.
I got you. That would be hysterical. Hands on Trump. Freeing.
Just make sure they all have the right finger up. Don't let it be like a weird pinky randomly.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you.
Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've noticed a lot of quote unquote people that are reformed MAGAs, meaning that they voted this election and are now reforming. Now they're talking about, well, it's up versus down. We're all one people. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Hell no.
That's. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
My opinion on reformed MAGA. If you voted for Trump in 2016, I give you a free pass. If you voted for Trump in 2020, that's still medium, right? But if you voted for him after 2021, that's your fault. I personally don't break bread with people who voted for him 3 times in a row, and you won't catch me on a live doing that. If someone is reformed, they can go to someone else. I don't care about reform. You're not changed. You still have the same values. If you actually reformed, you wouldn't be going around on XYZ panel saying the same bullshit you've been saying since day one. Again, I personally don't have the patience for reformed MAGA.
James.
The only people I give grace to is probably my generation. That's it. And that's if occasionally, because I tend to yell at my generation more than anyone else, but you know.
Yeah. Let me make sure we get Nikita in here and then James.
Hello there, how are y'all?
How are you? Doing good.
Alive. The update is that 137 members of the flotilla, this global Sumud flotilla, have been deported to Turkey, and more people are in private boats on their way, departing from places like Italy, Greece, and Turkey. So that is the current update, and I've just put a screenshot of the terminology in the live chat. I put a spoiler warning on it and a trigger warning so we know what terminology to use.
Are you saying they're the ones that have been intercepted by the IDF, they have been deported to Turkey?
Yes, they have been deported to Turkey.
Why specifically Turkey?
I have no idea, but 321 people remain behind, and they are awaiting a hearing. Their lawyers, the international flotilla lawyers, are not being informed about when the hearings are happening. So the group of lawyers is called the Adala lawyers, and 200 hearings were held late over Thursday and Friday. More than half of those hearings, the lawyers were not informed. So participants have pretty much reported mistreatment, aggression from prison guards, not surprising, and not receiving food and water. And medications were withheld, prescription medications were withheld from people. And no alternate medications were provided. There was no access to clean drinking water, and the water that was given to them, if any, was unsafe. And then when Adala didn't receive any direct communication, the Turkish plane departed, or had already departed, coordinated by the Turkish embassy in Tel Aviv, carrying 137 participants from several countries, including Turkey, Italy, the US, UK, Kuwait, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Mauritania, Libya, Jordan, Switzerland, Bahrain, and Malaysia. They are not releasing the South Africans.
That's insane. I guess the only the only question I have the only question I have is now is I know that there was a French prime minister, I think she was, or at least a councilwoman on one of them, and she threw her phone off as soon as they boarded. Is she part of the 140?
No, Greta. That was Greta, the one who threw
that was
the phone overboard. That was Greta. No, they're detaining Greta, and they did threaten that they were going to detain Greta without hearing. And now that's exactly what they're doing. At least they keep their word on one thing.
My thing is, wasn't there 2 countries that had threatened to boom them if they captured Greta?
unscripted?
I mean, they did say that they weren't going to release her unless there was international intervention.
All right, James, got anything?
Hey there, Hector and everyone. Good to see you all. Yeah, a lot of bad shit happening all over the world. I'm going to say this, and this is going to feel uncomfortable, but I feel drawn to say this given what happened in Chicago. There were black people sleeping in an apartment building, kids that were zip tied, pulled from their parents, mistreated, detained / arrested, because you can't even call it detaining because it was illegal detention. And I find myself frustrated in this moment, very, very frustrated with the folks that told people not to vote for Kamala Harris. I find myself very, very frustrated by, I'm going to say this, and it's going to be unarticulate, but I hope it lands with with the intent that I mean. Might have a different impact, but I don't know that I can say it any other way. While I hear that they're doing things to Greta, Black people in this country are being brutalized by ICE. Latino people are being brutalized by ICE, and it's not getting national attention. Right now, we're talking about Greta, and that even frustrates me. Good, bad, or ugly, it frustrates me too. And I don't know how to even articulate it at this point because I find myself very, very frustrated because we told people this would happen. We told people this would happen. We said it would happen. We said it over and over again that it would happen. And people said, screw you. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents, Hector, for right now.
6,000%. And I'm going to have to do something about, there really needs to be a lot more attention brought to Trey Reed, and why do I keep forgetting the second guy's name, bro? Why do I keep forgetting his name? Kyron Lacey. Trey Reed and Kyron Lacey seriously needs to have some attention put on there. And I'm going to go ahead and specifically with Trey Reed.
Did you check?
They found, they knew of the white boys that he got into an altercation with. So where the fuck are they?
I did the AI thing. It is ChatGPT and Google were upset, but this is what I got so far.
Why did it put faces in there?
I don't know. I tried.
James, yeah, I 100% agree with you. I've heard the stories, especially while I was at work, Olive told me everything that was going on in Chicago, and I remember too hearing from Blaga as well saying that they're not going to come for us. And, you know, I felt my question was immediately when I saw them pushing into East Compton in Cali, I was like, they're not coming for who? And now with, you know, Chicago, I'm just, I agree that there's not enough attention on this. There's not enough attention on this at all.
And make no mistake, I'm not suggesting by any stretch of the imagination that everybody that's undergoing a G-side does not deserve our love and compassion. I think what people did during this election was played a very dangerous game of emotional extortion that has led us to this place where everyone in the world, it feels like, except for despots and bigots, material conditions are worse. Everyone's material conditions that are marginalized, that are from countries that would have benefited from USAID, people took liberty, and that liberty, those liberties that they took to say that they were the same, just were materially incorrect. Yeah, is Kamala Harris perfect? No. Would I vote for her again? Absolutely. 10, 100,000 million times. And that's just going to be my thought here. People could disagree with it, but with what people are facing, the threats against historically black colleges or universities, when you look at the harm befallen black people in this country and brown people in this country that are by and large just kind of living their lives as a result of this administration, you cannot tell me that this is normal or that this is something that Kamala would do. And anybody saying that is violently stupid.
Well, anyone who said that never read any of Kamala Harris's policies and or didn't understand what Kamala stood for. And I think primarily, going back, correct. And I think going back to, the idea of reformed MAGA and these people who are like, my eyes were awakened either by what happened with ICE and stuff like that. I think the biggest thing that makes me not like chuckle ha at them, it's more like, look, I told you so kind of deal, is Russell Vought and Trump admitting the fact that he is now associated with the mandate for leadership. I remember when it first came out, we took months, me and a group of people, we read it forward, back, up and down. I made a whole document comparing Project 2025 and Agenda 47. I did a whole thing on the junk drawer or the cabinet that Trump has and how they're all associated with it. And it's like, it's right in your face. And those that chose not to vote due to whatever the case might be just show more and more the fact that people need to be educated or just choose not to register and just sit out every single time, not when it's just to their convenience.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. Kayla, thank you for the $. She sent me a link to the Turkish activist who described the abuse that Greta Thunberg went through. And that includes being dragged by the hair, and she was forced to kiss the Israeli flag. I posted that link to the video in the live chat on the Discord for any of you who want to see it. That is fucked.
Did you see the AI thing I made?
Yes, I was just about to ask you to just put it up there because it's going to take me longer to do it than you would.
It's just this. Manny made fun of it because you can see their faces.
I'll give you the big screen. There it is. There it is.
Hey, the motherfucker have blonde hair, not orange hair. This shit sucks.
Oh yeah, I gotta show the Tube side. I'm about to show y'all. So Tube, someone asked earlier to take the picture that we have of people's hands on Trump, and they said to do that, but with everyone flipping him off, and Olive did it. So I'm gonna show you guys, and then we're gonna do a restart. Let me save.
Initially, I had requested to talk to that guy when he brought up Israel, and I was just like, oh no, bitch, please, don't cross me today.
They don't have anything.
Is the
Yeah, but James, I do agree with you that, there's just not enough attention on so many very, very specific things happening to Black folk in America. And, I'm so glad we have your voice. I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you, Unscripted. I appreciate that. I think the frustration that I'm feeling is that Black people are always asked to wait. They're always asked to hold on. We are always asked to pause. We are always asked to abandon what would be just basic comfort in this country when someone else is going through something. And while I am going to always support the people in Gaza, the people in Palestine, what I won't support are creators on this app that colonize that cause and try to strangulate any solidarity and engage in the most sort of reprehensible use of the master's tools that you could imagine. This idea that there is one right way, this idea that they have the right to comfort, this idea that if you look at what they've done on this app, all of the trappings of the tools of white supremacy culture, textbook version. Audre Lorde said it best: the master's tools will never tear down the master's house. And we've got to contend with the fact that people have not only put black people in this country in terrible situations, they have put brown people in this country in horrible situations, all to virtue signal. And I just, I appreciate your voice. I appreciate voices like Saji and so many others that come on this app daily and remind people that both things can be true, that you can move hard first for multiple people. That doesn't change the anger and rage that I feel right now, reading reports that children were zip tied. Little children being zip tied infuriates me. And though I appreciate that Greta Thunberg has a large platform, like the juxtaposition, it should not happen to her. In addition, black children who were doing nothing, they weren't engaging in any sort of action whatsoever, were pulled from their houses like criminals and zip tied. That too is true. And so while I hear that there's attention that needs to be put on Greta Thunberg, like even that, and I'm gonna say this inarticulately again, what has happened to the Palestinian people over the course of the last, the story should be, continue to look at what has happened to Palestinian people. It is now Greta Thunberg, the white girl, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. It seems like once again, I have come and showed up to save you, when there are plenty of people on the ground without her platform doing the exact same thing. So I digress. I apologize if that pisses somebody off, but I
No, she got.
I think-
we know why she got the
James-
recognition that she did. We know the reason why. They like to run to her because of all the things about the climate and everything else, and even people on the left who want to hyper focus on that over the fact that the climate was more recent than the issue of black downtrodden in this damn country. So it's just, I don't know. It's obviously it should happen to no one, but it always seems to be fucking selective every time. Always seems to be selective.
And in the previous flotilla, when Chris Smalls was left behind with the IDF, I feel like him being a black man in a state that is so racist, everybody should have stayed behind with him. And granted, I'm not in that position, but when you sign yourself up to go across the sea, you know what could happen to you. But to leave somebody behind, especially a black man, and then to continue to focus on the other people that were in the flotilla, that was very, strange to me. What I'll say is, the way that I look at Palestinians is the way that I look at undocumented people, and even, the black community that voted for Harris. They had no part in any of this, and they are the ones suffering, right? And to see what is happening, even James, with the Freaky Friday operation that they're now trying to run, they are sending emails to every immigration attorney. It's been confirmed by the American Association of Immigration Law. This is going to be an operation to hold children of ages 10, right? That's how young they can get them. Ages 10, and they are under threat that they can be indefinitely held in detention unless they sign a paper signing away their rights, in which, yes, children, unless they go back, right? They sign this paper signing away their rights, they go back. And what essentially the name is trying to do is, if you've watched the movie Freaky Friday, they are capturing children in exchange for their parents.
Hold that thought for a second. Thank you, Jolie, for the $5 on Venmo. Appreciate your lives. I appreciate you as well. WCU Jolie, WCU Jolie, and Kayla as well. That puts us up to 31 of 150. Those of you who like to support the platform, you may do so in the links in the bio. TubeSide, the guy that you're talking about, I do not recall him saying that he was mute, and that's why he couldn't call in. That's not what I saw. But if I missed that, then so be it. But no, I did not talk anything about his muteness because I didn't even know that was a thing. But okay, we're all good on that side. Guys, let's do one last power tap. Let's get up to 150K likes. Once we get up to 150K likes, I'll go ahead and do one last restart. Kind of think about ending it here, but I want to see what we can get. But one last restart. So power tap to 150K likes, and we have 9 more roses in the gift goal before we conclude and come back So if we can knock that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. Carry on, Saj.
Yeah, no, and I hear James, right, when he says black people are always supposed to hold back. You know, even though black people historically have fought for their rights, it has always turned out to benefit other groups of people above them, right? And it's like, even though people are now saying, oh, we should listen to the black community, or even inherently they know that they are the revolutionaries, they didn't care to listen to black women or black men when they said that this was going to happen. I mean, everything that Kamala Harris said was going to happen is what is currently happening, almost play by play. And yet people continue to ask for the labor, the education, the mutual aid, the protesting from the black community. But then when it comes to actually listening to them and following their lead, they rush to take the damn mic. They're like, I know enough about the civil rights movement. Let me take the mic from you. Oh, you're a black woman? I know more about AB than you do. Let me take the mic away from you. And it's like, if we haven't yet realized it, for as good as YT allies can be, or any allies can be, we're supposed to be the megaphone, but we're never supposed to take it. We should be leaving, same thing with the Palestinian cause, right? The microphone should have stayed with the Palestinians on the ground, and everybody else should have echoed it instead of taking it away from them and created a narrative that ultimately ended up harming them. And that's what I'm feeling right now.
It's quite funny because I was actually also going to bring up Freaky Friday. So the only thing I'll add to that is for anyone who is confused on why this is happening to the unaccompanied children, minor children of immigrants. It's because they fall under a law, TVPRA, which is Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act. They're trying to get them to sign that away. That is there to protect them, as the law stated, to combat and protect them from human trafficking. So there is, again, a lot of things that are being done, and there's a lot that is coming out, and there's also just not enough media attention towards these kind of things.
Yeah, because and back to James's point, the reason that people are focusing on people like Greta is because the people who are doing the real groundwork, I mean, black people in the US and everywhere around the world, even in the global South, black people are constantly told freedom is coming in the hereafter. And the reason that people focus on people like Greta is because the others don't fit the image of the universal humanitarian or the universal revolutionary, because their presence reminds the world that their global South solidarity with Palestine, with immigrants in the US, with black folk in the US, is rooted in anti-colonial struggle. And that reminder is too uncomfortable for people. And so this is selective compassion, selective outrage, because if you look at it, the West constantly defangs radical movements by centering palatable figures. Like Nelson Mandela was a palatable figure, Steve Biko wasn't, Robert Sobukwe wasn't. And now they're doing it with Greta versus somebody like Chris Smalls and the South African, these are revolutionaries, South African revolutionaries who Israel refuses to give a hearing to. Why isn't there focus on that? And so if Greta is a symbol of conscience, then we have to say the other people's names alongside hers. But they won't, because people who look not like Greta weren't meant to survive the empire's gaze. And those struggles are so erased.
Thank you for clearing
I
out that.
just want to end.
Go ahead.
If I can just end what Unscripted said. And I'm going to make not a comparison, because it's not a comparison. When people like Greta or people like Charlie get hurt, it reminds people that looks like them that they too something can happen to them because they have been for so long untouchable. How dare you do this to a white child? How dare you do this to a white woman? How dare you do this to a white man? And when they see Black or brown people, they do not see the fullness of our humanity. That's how people are comfortable brutalizing Black children. That's how people are comfortable overlooking the fact of genocide in the Congo, in Sudan, in Ethiopia, in Haiti. It is a reminder of global anti-Blackness that is pervasive and sickening, but moreover, it is a reminder that people have for too long been allowed to do it without it being called out. With all due respect, Greta made a choice to go a place with the consequences of that journey, her knowing them. What do we say to the people that have to live that experience every day, both in Palestine, in Gaza, in Haiti, in all of those places, in Congo, in Sudan, in America? Like, what do we say to those people that are actually living the harm because of how they exist, just being in the world? And I think I am slowly getting to a place of rage with this because, and I think Hood Storyteller says this all the time, it's screw Black people every chance that they get. And it's not just white people that do it. It is not just white people at all. It is a pervasive set of action that underpins the history of this country.
6,000%.
I mean,
Go ahead and say your piece, then we're going to do a restart.
I was just going to say, it's no different than the war on rugs, right? They didn't start complaining about, a rug issue until it started to hit cottage cheese, egg complexion individuals. That's when they started, quote unquote, caring. That's just it.
Yeah, and I said it in the chat as well. To these people, Black and brown lives are disposable. I mean, we see it on the news, right? They don't get enough traction. The only time they will even mention their color or anything about themselves is when they're trying to paint them in a bad light. But ultimately, if somebody, chose to go help and lost their life, Black and brown lives are viewed as disposable. But yet, when it is a white tea life, it is viewed as admirable. It is like, wow, look at this person, they're white tea. And for me, it's like, if Greta was this image of, of a humanitarian, she should have brought other people up with her. I'm not here alone. Here are the people that I'm going with. Let's talk about them. But ultimately, it is always the white tea savior mentality that they cannot escape, which is why it is so dangerous. They will hijack every movement, every cause, and fit it to give them an advantage. And as soon as they get that advantage, they turn around, which is why this country has yet to cure racism. We always go back to it. We keep treating the symptoms that's been out of racism, but it never gets taken care of because it's always put on the back burner. And people will sit around and talk about how they are a non-participating white tea person. But the power is within you, white tea people. The power has always been within you to dismantle the system. Black people should not be the ones trying to dismantle it because they didn't create it. They shouldn't keep trying to fix it because they didn't invent it for themselves. It is just that easy.
All right, guys, I'm going to do a restart. Those of you who would like to come back, just give me about a minute or two. You can go watch my latest video on my profile, give it a tap and share all the good things. Those of you who are coming back, just give me about 60 seconds and we should be good to go. I appreciate everyone else coming back up. Thank you for the follows. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to come back, give me a follow real quick so you can find the live. Thank you guys for coming up and sharing your pieces. Thank you everyone who gifted them. You could have done a little bit better. Like, damn, James only has, that's kind of crazy. It's fine. All right, we will be back in about 60 seconds to 2 minutes. Be right back. Tube side, you can stay. You can stay. We're just gonna go ahead and do this quick restart on the tickety-tockety end. Making sure we're good. Restart that. And good to go. Good to go. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. I don't think we have any Trump supporters on the tube side, do we? I haven't seen anyone chirp in the comments. Have not seen anyone chirp in the comments. Let me start this button up again. There we go. There we go. We only got like, how many conversations did we have, Tube? Like 3, maybe? Conversations is actually a very strong choice of words. We only had like really 1, and that was with the first guest. I can crop out the majority of this live, which I may end up doing. I may edit out like everything else that happened after the first guest because there was just nothing else. There was nothing else. That first lady was shook. That first lady was shook. All right, guys, we are back on the tickety-tockety side. We're going to do this final round and see what we get here. Let me do this and set this goal here. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. You guys know what to do. You guys know what to do. Let me see which one I should set. We'll just do the Dolphins. That's fine. There we go. There we go. See what kind of discussions we can get on this side of the aisle, because it has been an interesting day. Where, pray tell, is that the saying? Yeah. Where, pray tell, are the Christian Trump supporters who think that this government shutdown is a good idea? Where are the Christian Trump supporters who think that the recent words of the likes of Stephen Miller, J.D. Vance, every single person who is out here still slurping up Mr. Kirk, where are those people? I just want to know. I just want to know. Welcome back in, guys. Continue to tap the screen, share out the live, do all the good things for your friends and family.
God don't fuck with Trump.
Have you no decorum, my guy?
My apologies, sir. My apologies.
Great. Chrome, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, sure I did.
And are you a Christian?
Best believe it, boy.
Okay. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you?
Oh, so listen. There's this concept in American politics. It's called boy pussy and girl cock. I'm very much opposed.
Listen. There are categories over on your end on particular sites that may have something to do with a hub, a hamster, so on and so forth, where you can go up and you can go ahead and release all of your fantasies. That is not what I'm here for today. So you can fuck off. That was weird. That was weird. Why do white men like to come up on black panels and tell us what their search history looks like? Why do white men want to come up on black panels and tell us what their search history looks like? I'm just curious. I find it weird. I find it very weird. Trump supporters will press up in the box to the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. I do not want to hear about what you like to look at, what you like to slurp up on. That has none of my business. Keep it in the home, as you guys love to tell gay and trans people. Keep your shit in the home. I am looking to talk to Christian Trump supporters who think the actions of this administration in any way, shape, or form align with Christian values. Yeah, he did call me boy. I'm so used to it. I'm like, They would call me a boy as they come up here and proceed to act like a little child. It's fucking funny. It's actually fucking funny to me. We were just going over Donald Trump's spiritual leader, or at least spiritual guidance count, whatever the hell you want to call these people, from his first administration, and how he was very much arrested for child porn. Well, CSAM, correction. I can't remember his name. Trump, spiritual leader. Trying to remember his name. Robert Morris. He was a spiritual advisor to the first Trump administration. Mind you, I'm not even wording this right, actually. He wasn't just found to do this. He pled guilty. He pled guilty to this. And you won't believe, ooh, I did not know this part. You won't believe what state and what city that Robert Morris is from. Or at least where he preaches from. You guys want to know? Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess as to what state. Take a wild guess as to what state. Let's do a poll. Tube side, put it in the comments. TikTok side, put it in the comments. What state do we think Robert Morris was a former megachurch pastor of? What state do we think he's from? All right, Florida, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Texas. So the first person to get it right, I'm not going to say it yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to wait a little bit before I tell y'all. Excuse me. What state do we think he was from? Anybody on the tube side? I'm waiting. I find it weird anyone does. It's not a dating site. You'd be surprised, Luna. You'd be surprised how people use this app. All right. So we got a couple answers now. I just want to let y'all know. The first person who was right was Christina. She said Texas. It was Texas. Dallas, Texas at that. Dallas, Texas. That's it. That's it. He pleaded guilty Thursday to doing what he did to a child. He was a founding pastor of the Dallas-based Gateway Megachurch, one of the country's largest churches. And he was accused by a woman in Oklahoma, not the red on red state nonsense, Cindy Clemishire, of sexual abuse in the 80s, beginning when she was 12 and continuing, trigger warning. I apologize, guys, trigger warning, and continuing until the age of 16. We'll stop there. As part of his plea deal, Morris must register as a, and pay $250,000 in restitution. I wish it was more. Mega church. You got more than $250K. 6 month sentence? Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way of 6 months. Are you serious? Hold on. Ain't no way. And I don't want to hear no 6 months just because it was the 80s. That's crazy. Hold on.
I was algo camping again.
Oh, god damn it. It's fine.
Put the egg back in the carton, Hector, damn it.
So he resigned last year and we just got this sword. He pled guilty now. I'm looking for his sentencing. 6 months is crazy. It's Texas. I know it's Texas, so I'm not like, yeah, but still. Wow. I see it. Hold on. 5 counts of lewd and indecent acts with a minor. Morris, the senior pastor of Gateway Church in Southlake, Texas, until his resignation, was indicted by an Oklahoma grand jury last year under the plea agreement. Morris received a 10-year suspended sentence with the first 6 months to be served in the Osage County Jail. 10-year suspended sentence. What does that mean? What is a suspended sentence? How does that work? What is a suspended sentence? How does that work? Suspended sentence allows a judge to order jail or prison term that a defendant doesn't have to serve, provided they meet certain conditions such as avoiding further offenses or completing treatment programs. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so this is basically like a little, hey, you're going to be under a sentence for 10 years, but if you meet certain conditions, you will not serve the 10-year jail time. He'll serve 6 months. He'll serve 6 actual months in jail. They'll let him out. He meets conditions within 10 years. As long as he upholds those conditions, he's fine. Wow. So, yeah. Who the fuck is this judge? That's what I want to know. Who the fuck is this judge? Robert Morridge. Hold on. Huh. That's ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. Attorney General Gentler Drummond. Huh. Court today in front of Osage County District Special Judge Cindy Pickerill. This is a woman who gave this fucker a 10-year suspended sentence? Jesus Christ. Hold on. Trump supporters request up in the box due to the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. I'm just currently looking into all the ways that your party protects predators. Let's do special judge. Huh. Has Trump said anything about this? He cannot be pardoned by DJT either, state charges. Not that I think Trump would touch this, at least not so early. But yeah, was she appointed? Let's see. Let's find out. Was Cindy Word special judge appointed? She's been named special judge for the Osage District. She succeeded John Thomas Briggs in the position. This was 2019. Pickerill had been named special judge. Briggs left the post on September 20th, and Pickerill began work as judge on October the 1st. So she just kind of slipped in after Thomas Briggs, from what I'm seeing here, over in Osage County. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So, you can quite literally assault someone, keep it on the wraps for a certain amount of time, and when the information comes out, even when you end up pleading guilty and you accept that you did what you did, you can get only 6 months in prison. So, Osage? Osage? Am I saying it wrong? I think I'm thinking of anime. I think I'm thinking about anime. That's why I say Osage. Osage. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. W's, y'all. Thank you, Rebecca, for the Dolphins. Thank you, Wildflower. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Jolie. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, another Sarah. I appreciate y'all. We just need 42 more of those. Yeah, this is sickening, guys. This is actually sickening. Yeah, how can we defend this? How can we defend this? Better yet, a real Christian man, Donald Trump, upon hearing this information, would have said, this is appalling. This is disgusting. I condemn this. I had no idea. I'm sorry to the victim. I want to know what he said about it. Let's find out. So Hector, how are we feeling about starving the poor in need? If by we mean us on the side of not doing that shit, then you have an answer. Thank you for the follow, Kimmy. Let's see. I want to see what Donald Trump said about it, or if he said anything at all. Donald Trump, Cindy, what was her name? What was her last name again? Shit. Hold on. I'm going to find Pickerill. Cindy Pickerill. Donald Trump, Cindy Pickerill. I'm not seeing anything specifically. Let me try going by Robert Morris. Has Donald Trump said about Robert Morris? Guilty. Trump link past Robert Morris. Flashes smile over arrest. Is Robert Morris a Trump supporter? Is that even a real question? Doesn't look like it doesn't look like he said anything. Remarks by President Trump during a roundtable. This is 2020, so this wasn't even been out yet. Trump faces backlash over viral video with disgraced Pastor Morris. This was yesterday. The video of President Trump praising Robert Morris has sparked widespread backlash online. If this is old, they're not going to care. I'm assuming this would be in his first administration where he praised them. Like, let's see the dates here. He pleaded guilty to 5 counts. Dallas Church hosted President 2020 for discussions. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. The pastor, Robert Morris, has previously served on Trump's Evangelical Advisory Board, and his Dallas church hosted the president in 2020 for discussions on race relations and the economy. Why the fuck would a church ask Donald Trump, of all people, specifically to speak on race relations? What? Like, what? That's diabolical. What was I looking for initially? Okay, yeah. So from what I'm seeing, he's made no comments whatsoever about Robert Morris recently. I'm not even finding a reporter who asked him and he ignored it. So they are ducking this one with a they are ducking this like a mofo. Wow. So, what do we think, guys? What do we think? Trump supporters love to throw, Robert Byard? Robert Byard in our face. Robert Byard was the, what the fuck was he? Robert Byard, but we know he was in like the Triple K for a little bit, and he left that, and so on and so forth. And then Joe Biden at his funeral said that he was no, he was not a grandmaster. That is incorrect. He was in there, but he's not a grandmaster now. So he told him at his funeral, he said that he was a like dear friend of his and blah, blah, blah. And then Republicans were like, see, what would a non-racist praise a racist? Technically, the answer is yes. It's a separate conversation. But like, I'm pretty sure Joe Biden did not speak on the fact that he spent a year or less in the Triple K in his youth and then literally left it for a reason. I don't think that's what he was complimenting. Just a thought. Maybe there's a little bit more to it, including his record afterwards, which, to be clear, if you do look into, and I did this, if you look into some of the bills that he signed and stuff, there was definitely some racial issues with it. I expected some white Southern men. But yeah, I think it's safe to assume that Joe Biden wasn't saying, yes, my previous Triple K friend, man, I loved what he did to those Nick. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a little outrageous to go that far, okay? Meanwhile, over here, they're posting this video, and this is where you have to be careful. They're posting this video showing that Donald Trump praised Robert Morris. Obviously, it would be very, very fucking difficult to then make this correlation between this old video of him praising Robert Morris and then him saying that, oh, I support people who mess with kids. However, we know that he does, and we know that at the bare minimum, it is awfully suspicious how many child diddlers seem to find themselves surrounding Donald Trump. That's a better argument to make, instead of making this out to be like he said something yesterday about Robert Morris, because he's ducking this. He's so very clearly ducking this. Why are so many child diddlers associated with Donald Trump? Can anyone name a child diddler that's associated with Biden? Serious question. Can anyone name a child diddler that's associated with Biden? Can we think of any? I'm going to find out. Trump supporters request up in the box to the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you? And I want to make something abundantly clear. There is no arguing that point. God 6,000% doesn't fuck with Trump. The reason why I know that, one of thousands of reasons why I know that, is because God doesn't fuck with diddlers. Man, the way I read your wording, I thought you became a Trumper. Sir, I should block you for that. I should block you for that. Let's see. I'm curious if there's any child diddlers that was associated with Joe Biden. I'm very curious. Let's see. Joe Biden, child diddlers. I'm not actually typing in diddlers. I have to be careful on TikTok. Let's see. No, he's spoken out about it. We know about the amendment that he added into things like the 93 crime bill that they tout around. We know about the Protect Our Children Act. I'm not looking for things he did to protect children, although these are all great. I'm specifically wanting to see who was a weirdo that he was associated with. I'm not seeing anything. Ooh, I found an interesting article. You guys want to hear what it is? This is by the Manhattan Institute, May 12, 2020. By Joe Biden's rules, Joe Biden is a sex offender. Let's see what it says. Joe Biden's public repudiation of Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos' new Title X regulations wasn't the normal criticism by a challenger against an incumbent administration. After several days... I'm not reading this whole thing. Get to the meat and bones. What rules is he talking about? After several days during which the ex-Veep and his media allies celebrated the importance of due process in evaluating sexual assault allegations, Biden denounced DeVos' own efforts to ensure that accused college students receive fair procedures. The hypocrisy was striking. The new regulations undid an Obama-era initiative in which Biden was the key player. Convinced that male students typically stood by as they saw, quote, a brother taking a drunk freshman co-ed up the stairs in his room, Biden oversaw a multi-year effort to use Title X tribunals to change the culture on campus. Due process, the rights of the accused of the possibility of false allegations, appeared in no public speeches that he gave on the topic. Indeed, the concepts were obstacles to his goal. Too many not guilty findings wouldn't produce the needed change. So this is just critical of his things surrounding how do I I don't know. I thought this would actually give me something. Then came Tara Reid, who charges that then Senator Biden, her former boss, sexually assaulted her 27 years ago. Reid's claim has many weaknesses, but it's nevertheless weighty enough to yield a guilty finding from a Title IX tribunal under the procedures and standards of evidence Biden championed. Well, no, the fuck it won't. No, the fuck it won't. You want to know why it wouldn't? Check this out. Everyone seems to forget that when it comes to Tara Reid. Everyone seems to forget this. She said verbatim, Joe Biden didn't sexually assault me. Just to make sure that no one thinks that I'm lying, let me pull it up. Because I remember this. Last year when I first got into these debate spaces, it was thrown in my face. Every time we brought up E. Jean Carroll, someone said Tara Reid. So I looked into Tara Reid. And boy, did I find some fascinating stuff, including the fact that she's not even in the goddamn US anymore because she ran to fucking Russia. So let's see what she said. I think it was... I wish I saved the article. That's a photograph, CNN, 2020 election, reminds me of meditation. Will be... It's you, Tara Reid. I'll just Google it. Did Tara Reid say Biden didn't sexually assault her? In education, where is the article? Reid news assault. Tara Reid, the former Senate staffer who alleged Joe Biden sexually assaulted 27 years ago, says she filed a limited report with a congressional personnel office that did not explicitly accuse him of sexual assault. Quote, I remember it talking about him wanting me to serve drinks because he liked my legs and thought I was pretty, and it made me uncomfortable. Blah, 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 blah. Made me uncomfortable. Reed said in an interview Friday with the Associated Press. I know that I was too scared to write about the sexual assault. Okay, correction to the words. What she specifically said is that she didn't file sexual assault, but she said she was too scared to write about it. And that is a direct quote, not just the PBS article. Reed told the AP twice that she did not use the phrase sexual harassment in filing the complaint, but at other points in the interview said that the behavior she believed was the behavior she believed she was describing. She said, I talked about sexual harassment, retaliation, the main word I use, and I know I didn't use sexual harassment. I used uncomfortable, and I remember retaliation. Okay, correction of my words, because we do want to make sure we're not invalidating any experiences. She did not specifically state it in her official filings, but she went on to say it in other interviews. And I'm not even going to use her Russia allegations and stuff to say that she's not credible, because I think that's dangerous, right? Whether she's a maggot or whatever or not, if Joe Biden did something to make her uncomfortable, he did something to make her comfortable. However, there was a lot of Biden now urged the public to evaluate Reed's allegations under traditional rules, respecting the presumption of his innocence. Reed, Biden maintained, should face rigorous questioning rather than enjoying the benefit of the reflective belief that he had offered to campus accusers. Facing what he claims is a false allegation, Biden might have used the Davos regulation to acknowledge that college students deserve the same opportunity to defend their innocence he is getting. I see what it is. So what this is saying is based off of the Title IX regulations that he was spearheading that was left over from the Obama administration. They're saying that he did not apply those exact same rules when it came to Tara Reid, which is a valid criticism. I will 6,000% give them that. 6,000% give them that. However, I'm still not finding anything specifically regarding him and his association with creeps. There's a Yahoo article that goes over that one like Chinese official that was a part of a trade deal that they did. That prisoner, that's the common one that's thrown back in people's faces. People have no idea what that actually entailed. However, yeah, there's nothing. I'm finding absolutely nothing. When it comes to diddlers, child diddlers, the typical talking point is usually trans people. It's typically trans people that they always try to say are just creeps and messing with kids, even though there's very little to no evidence of that. MAGA talks about Biden and daughter. Yeah, that's all that they have. That's the best that they have. And Ashley Biden, as we know, already came out and clarified that diary. And the page that no one can still confirm was actually substantial in it. So yeah. Why is it that much harder to find Biden's creeps? Right? If he has some. Because I have zero issue whatsoever saying that Biden has definitely done and said some creepy things. Never forget Anita Hill. Never forget Anita Hill. This is the black woman that him, from what I watched, he played his role in it too, but it was when they were hearing her statements or against Clarence Thomas and getting assaulted, where they basically laughed her off the damn stage. He was a part of that. He was a part of that. He apologized, but to be completely honest with you, I read his apology. Wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. I'm sorry. It wasn't. That is something that many people did not forgive him for. And that was something that was heavily brought up in the 2020 election. That's why I always say, I think the 2020 election was more so, I don't think a lot of people liked Joe Biden. Like, I think that's what a lot of people tend to forget. Joe Biden wasn't necessarily liked. His most popular stint, I should say, was when he was the vice president of Obama. Joe Biden. Y'all remember those memes where they were a very cool duo. When it came to him standing on his own, a lot of people had their issues. But at the end of the day, would I vote for him over Trump? 6,000%. Without question. You were straight up blaspheming with your Trump and God statement. Explain to me how. Shanoa, explain to me how. Mind you, this person's bio, Shanoa 826, believe in Jesus, helping the poor, lending a hand, minding my business. Oh, Shanoa, I really want to talk to you. I really want to talk to you. I just sent you an invite, Shanoa. I just sent you an invite, Shanoa. I really, 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 really want to talk to you. Because I want you to explain to me how Donald Trump is lending a hand to the poor. I want you to tell me how Donald Trump is lending a hand to the poor. I want you to tell me how he believes in Jesus outside of rhetoric. Lending a hand specifically was said, helping the poor. Lending a hand, helping the poor. Who has Donald Trump lent his hand to since taking the Oval Office? What poor people has he helped since taking the Oval Office? Because last I checked, we have specific programs for food, for shelter, for clothing that in part was subsidized by the government that he said, no, I don't like that. I don't want that. We don't want that. It's going to undocumented migrants. I don't like that. I don't like those. I don't like those brokies asking me for things. So I'm very curious. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say. Very curious what you have to say. NTK's Trump supporters request up in the box through the demographic of people that I want to have a conversation with. I just had a guy and then he ran. He has stole from child. Yeah. I don't know what the charity specifically is, but I do know of the child's cancer research. I know about that. And he was sued for that. That entire scam. We can take it off of children. We know about Trump University. Trump University and how that was a monumental scam. It was a bullshit real estate course. We know about that. He was sued for that too. He was sued for that too. I don't know of any Biden businesses that were sued. Hunter Biden, right? Everything's Hunter Biden. I don't remember any Hunter Biden lawsuits. So MAGA, report and swipe. These pedos have no platform without you. You know what's crazy, host? You want to know what's crazy? Thank you, Shauna. I'm not the one who voted for one. I'm not the one who voted for one. What's the best you guys have? A photo of him embracing his granddaughter and allegedly getting a sniff? I have several court cases and several allegations from people, women, 26 to be exact, 27 I think now.
God bless you.
I have those of Trump messing with people, kids specifically. Where is Biden's? Where is Kamala's? I'm really over Biden and the talk about him. The man is resting, trying to beat fucking cancer right now. Where was Kamala Harris's diddler list? Because that was the candidate. Fuck Biden. Where was her list? Where are her allegations? This may be the end of the road, y'all. We may wrap up in a couple of minutes, but let's see what we have. Those of you on the tube side, there's a call-in number if you want to share your opinions on how God does not or does fuck with Trump.
We did it,
Because he
Joe.
very much does. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. Continue to tap the screen, share out the live to your friends and family. It's 153 of you in here, and I would love to hear what Trump supporters have to say about this one. Y'all seem scared today. He scammed the Trump Foundation. What exactly is the Trump Foundation? I've heard about that. I've never specifically looked into it. Hold on.
God bless you.
Thank you for the Dolphins. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dare, for the gold microphone. Fucking WCU. New York-based tax-exempt private foundation. Always tax-exempt. Ooh, December 10th, 2019. Donald Trump pays court-ordered $2 million for illegally using Trump Foundation funds. This is what you're talking about. Okay. Remaining $1.8 million in Trump Foundation bank account dispersed among charities. Is this why he hates Letitia James? New York attorney Letitia James today released the following statement after Donald J. Trump was forced to pay more than $2 million in court-ordered damages to 8 different charities for illegally misusing charitable funds at the Trump Foundation for political purposes. Oh, wait, this was one of the foundations was the child's cancer one, right? I think one of these was the ones for child's cancer research. I think this is it. Not only has the Trump Foundation shut down for its misconduct, but the president has been forced to pay $2 million for misusing charitable funds for his own political gain. Charities are not a means to an end, which is why these damages speak to the president's abuse of power and represent a victory for not-for-profits that follow the law. Blah blah blah. 8 credible charities. Trying to see the one specific. Yeah, here it is. As part of a resolution of the lawsuit announced on November 7th, Trump was ordered to pay $2 million or $250,000 apiece to 8 different charities. Those charities are Army or Emergency Relief, the Children Aid Society, not you fucking over the veterans, the Children's Aid Society, City Meals on Wheels, Give an Hour, Martha's Table, the United Negro College Fund, of course, the United Way of National Capital Area, and the U.S. H. Koss Memorial Museum. How the fuck did you scam? We went over racism, we went over sexism, we went over fucking over hungry people, people with cancer, veterans. You scammed all of them. Dude scammed all of them. And this is a one and done case, mind you. This isn't an allegation. This is a sorted case. A sorted case. Just want to point that out.
Man, get off your knees licking the boots of the fucking government. What is wrong with you, dude?
What have I said?
Like, look at yourself.
Of the government?
Look at yourself. Down there on your knees,
What
licking the
have I
boots
said
of the
that is
government.
lick the boots of the government?
What have I said? I got Trump derangement syndrome.
That's not answering my question. You want to try again? What did I say to lick the boots of the government?
You lick the fucking boots of the government.
What did I
dude.
say?
You lick the boots of the
What
government.
did I say
You're
that
over
licked the
there
boots of the government?
fucking propping up
What did I say that licked the boots of the government? Simple question.
I'm talking. Don't start muting me.
I will until you answer my question.
I'll
What did I
mute you
say
because
to lick
you
the
already
boots
know
of
what
the
you're
government?
doing. You're a fucking faggot. You're a pedophile.
I mean, I know you're a homophobe.
in
TikTok,
boys'
I do
room.
want to let you know. TikTok, I do want to let you know that the
Boys and
guests who
girls'
up here who just
bathrooms.
use this hateful language,
Gender
I do
surgery.
not approve of the language used on this platform, and I am
Heads
muting
and
him
head-
because of the problematic
Democrat.
wording that he is using and the demeaning of other people.
Because you're a
So, can you go ahead and explain
Because
to me how I'm licking the boots of the government? Gotcha.
Gender-
Gotcha. TikTok, just want to let you know, I took swift action after this person showed themselves to be an asshat, and I dropped them from the panel because of their disgusting disgusting rhetoric towards trans people and everyone else. I do not approve or condone any of the language used on this platform. Please do not come from my black ass. With that being said, all this rage for what? All this rage because I'm calling out Donald Trump, who is a part of the government because he's currently president of the United States, and is weaponizing big government to go after everyone he doesn't like. But I'm the one licking the boots of the government because I said Donald Trump is a scammer and a diddler. That tracks. Can we get a Trump supporter to have some goddamn sense? Can I just get one with some sense? Let's see if he's going to disappoint me today. Uncommon, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did.
And are you a Christian?
I sure am.
God doesn't fuck with Trump. Why do you?
Well, I mean, that statement alone, I mean, God fucks with everybody, dude. That's kind of his deal.
How does that work?
Well, I mean, it's all part of, we're all part of his plan, even the ones that are veering from his path. It's all part of the plan, you know?
Do you think
So,
someone
you know,
being a
and
part
God
of his
will
plan
look
means
God
that he
will
fucks with them?
Well, see, like the whole premise, most of the things, like, see, I could never support a person that had done the things that you guys believe he's done. So I took it upon myself to go thing for thing, basically, and do my own research and
Can you
find the truth
answer
about
my
it.
question? Do you believe that everyone who is a part of God's plan simply by existing would mean that he fucks with them?
Well, I mean, define fucks with them.
Now you're asking me to define it. Okay, cool. So my statement, God doesn't fuck with Trump, means God doesn't support Trump. God doesn't align himself with Trump. God is nowhere near Donald Trump in any of the actions that he says and does.
So you think that you're saying that part of God's plan is to have Trump do something like be horrible and
No,
as like
in
a
no way, shape, or
a
form
bad actor?
would I ever say that it's God's plan for Donald Trump to be who he is.
Then what's he doing?
What do you mean, what's he's doing?
How is he existing and a part of our lives if he's not part of God's plan?
Okay, let's go down this road. Is it God's plan for 2 out of 3 women to experience some form of sexual harassment or sexual assault?
I don't think that can be really placed on the shoulders of Donald Trump. I mean, I know that he's the president.
I didn't say anything
but I mean,
about Donald Trump. I asked you if it was God's plan for, is it 2 out of 3 or 2 out of 5? I'm fucking this up. Is it God's plan for 1 in 5 or 2 of 5 women to experience sexual harassment or assault every year?
Yes, God gives us situations that we have to overcome to get closer to God and
so
to
God
become
ordained sexual assault.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, but the idea is that
There's a difference between things that happen and what God wanted or planned to happen. The problem that I have with you sick fucks who try to say that God had a hand and led to or caused or planned or championed something such as sexual assault is that I would argue, if that was actually God, why the fuck do you serve him? I don't believe for a second that the God I believe exists planned for anyone to get sexually assaulted, planned for hurricanes to take out families, planned for the people who are now not getting their checks to pay their bills, to feed their families because of the government shutdown. I don't think God planned any of that. I think God created a world, and after sin came into the world, if that's what you believe, sin took over. That's what I think. And I think bad things happen because, and I think God intervenes every now and then. I don't think God ordains sexual assault. And if you believe that, serious question. Those of you who believe that, why? Why even be a Christian? Why even be a Christian? Imagine having trigger warning. Imagine having a family member, a woman, who that happened to by your father. Why the fuck do you think God planned for that? 1 in 3, thank you, Gene. Why do you think that? Why do you think God planned that? And better yet, if you do think it, why would you serve him? Why would you serve him? Why? If someone can answer that question for me, let's do that. Let's do that. Any Trump supporters want to answer that question? I want to know. I'm curious.
You got your Bible with you, brother?
Real quick, answer my question. If you had a sister and your father sexually assaulted them, would you say that was God's plan and still serve him?
I mean, would you say that it's God's plan to put tampons in the boys' asses?
Yes or no fucking question. Yes or no?
Say it's God's plan to put men in.
Till I get somebody to answer that question, we're not wasting our time with you guys. I need a Trump supporter to answer. If you had a sister and your father assaulted them, do you think that was God's plan, and would you still serve them? And when you're ready to answer that question, get up in the box. Get the fuck out of here, Anonymous. I want someone to answer that question. Because I can tell you this right now. You know, I think one of the things that when I started to deconstruct from religion and enter this era of being infinitely better than a goddamn Christian, that's why I don't call myself a Christian. I'm not a Christian. I choose to be better than Christians. Is that I had to come to the realization that everything I was told growing up was true. If God was the bastard, the sick fuck that you guys think that he is, then I made peace with going straight to hell by not serving him. I made peace with the fact that if God allows all these things to happen, and when I say allow, I just mean like He wants it to happen. It's all in his plan. I made peace with the fact that that God can go to hell. Fuck that God. I won't serve him. I believe that sin came into the world. If you're going to go down this logic, I believe that sin came into the world and things just started happening, happenstance. I think basically the world is on like a, let's say an algorithm, right? Where shit just happens. Shit just happens. And sometimes God intervenes, sometimes he doesn't. I think God is very selective with how he intervenes, and I have issues with that. But I think that's a better thing to say than God wanted someone to be assaulted. God wanted someone to be unalived. God wanted this horrible accident to happen. God wanted babies to be over in Gaza. I think that's a diabolical sentence to say with your full chest and then still serve him. Hail Ashana. Hail Ashana. I'm going to see what's happening over there in the Church of Shana. I think I can get down with that one. I can get down with the Church of Shana if God's just out here.
That's because you think that's the work of God and not the work of Satan.
Most of you guys have no fucking decorum. Let's try this. Let's start this over.
You're claiming it to be the work of God when it's the work of Satan.
Let's try this again. Dark Tea Drinker, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I voted for Donald Trump 3 times.
Ah, you're a moron. And are you a Christian?
I'll vote for him 4 times.
I'm sure you will. Are you a Christian?
While you're over here trying to preach the good word, why don't you open the Bible to Matthew 20?
Are you a Christian?
That the left will be led into the lake
Christian? Wait, what? What was the verse? What was the verse?
Matthew 25. The people will be separated.
No, you said
right,
you said the left.
Will be led into the lake of fire.
I got you.
Do you think that God wants you to murder the unborn?
Give me the verse again.
Do you think that God wants you to cut the genitals of children?
Hey, stupid. You gave me a scripture. Can you give it to me again so I can read it for the fucking people? What is
You're
it?
a disgusting
What is the
person.
scripture, dumbass?
Matthew 25.
What is Matthew 25 what? Matthew 25 what?
21.
Matthew 25:21. Okay. Got you. And you said Matthew 25.
Read it out loud for
I
everybody.
absolutely will. You said Matthew 25, verse 21, correct? You said that said the left is going to a lake of fire?
The lake is going to the lake of fire.
You said the left.
Prepared
You
for
said the
Satan
left.
and his angels.
You said the left.
God's words,
Hold on.
not mine.
Don't walk it back. You said the left.
The left, yes.
The political
people
left,
will be
right?
separated, left and right. It says
So
that
is
specifically.
it will the people be separated left and right, or the political left, people who lean left, will be going to the lake of fire?
The people will be separated left
Got
and right.
you. Well, that's
So let me
vastly
ask you, do you
different
think that
context,
God
you fucking
wants you to
dope.
murder the
That's
unborn?
vastly different context from what you said differently. He's
do you
separating
think
good
that
from
God
the
wants you
bad.
to murder the
That's
unborn?
very fucking different from what you said initially. You know
The
that,
left
right?
will be led to
You
the
know
lake
that,
of...
right?
You
Okay,
don't like
buddy.
that. You just
Okay, got you.
your
Let me
own
read
fucking
let me
lie,
read your
you
verse.
loser.
Let me read your verse. Let me read your verse. Matthew 25:21. His Lord said unto him, well, wait. Did you say Matthew 25:21?
I said Matthew 25:21.
Okay. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy world.
Keep going.
Keep going. He also said that he also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliveredst unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. Wait, oh my God. Well done, thy good and faithful servant. I make thee rule over many things. This is the parable of the fucking. This is the parable of the talents. One went and made more of it. The next one buried it, and then he was punished. This isn't what you're talking about. What the fuck are you talking about? So I was afraid and went and hid my talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. What? I know you didn't just come up here with all this base and give me a verse that doesn't even prove the fucking point that you're making. I know you didn't just come up here and say you're a Trump supporting Christian who doesn't even know your own fucking Bible. And now you're teacupping to do the reading you should have done before you open your goddamn mouth when you came up here.
31 through 46.
31 through 46. Now we know verses. Cool. 31 through 46. When the Son of Man shall come into his glory and all the holy angels with him, blah, 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 before him gather all nations. He that is his sheep on his right hand, goats on the left. Blessed be the right hand. Verse 5. I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Y'all always forget that verse, but let's keep going. Naked, and you clothed me. Righteous were unto him. Blah, 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 blah. Verily I
Right,
say
now,
unto
how
you,
many
inasmuch
times have
as
you
ye have done
guys-
it unto one
have
of the
you
least
guys
of these.
attacked
Hey,
the
my
right
guy,
side,
you know what's
the
crazy?
Ameri-
You know what's crazy? Thank you, Shauna. Keep him muted. I'm literally reading the
How
fucking
many times
verses
have you
that you
attacked
gave
the
me.
right?
I'm reading the verses that you gave me, and you can't shut the fuck up long enough for me to finish helping you prove your point. Cool. The king, they'll say, shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto the least of these, my brethren, you have done it unto me. Fucking hysterical, you brought the least of these verse into this, but let's keep going. I'm a stranger, you took me in, blah, blah, blah. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord,
that's how
when
you
saw
speak
we
about the
thee an
Lord's
hungered,
word.
or
That's
athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in
speaks about the
prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall ye answer unto them, saying, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as he did it not to one of the least of these, he did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. So this parable is about people who mistreat. What do you think this says? What do you think this says? 31 through 46.
Because you mistreat
What do you
all
think
those
this says?
people, all these Americans on the right-hand side.
Oh, got you.
For
Got you. Cool.
foreigners.
So I want to point out that you tried to walk back
you think-
earlier
you
your
think the
argument
good
about
Lord
the left.
wants you
Shut
to
up.
murder the-
You tried to walk back your argument about it being on the left earlier. You just
I
said
didn't
they
try to
go
walk
left
back.
and they go
You-
right, and now we're back to making this political. Okay. So this
You read
verse
it. It says the
specifically.
left goes in.
Where was that? Tell me what
You
verse
read-
was that? What verse was that? What verse was that? What
If you
verse?
Stop muting my mic.
What verse?
31 through 46.
I literally just read all of it.
It says specifically
I literally just
the
read all
left
of it.
will be sent to the lake
I
of
literally
fire,
just read all of it.
prepared for Satan
I
and
literally
his
just read all of
angels.
that. Where are you reading that?
Matthew 20.
The Trump Bible. That's exactly where he's reading it. Bro's reading the King Pope Trump version. That's what he's reading. He's reading he's reading the KPT version. That's what he's reading. He's reading the
As you
KPT
sit
version.
here and
What
make
verse?
fun of the Lord's
Did you have
words.
the verse? Did you find the verse?
So now you
Did
first you
find
try
the
to
verse?
claim to be
Did you
holier
find the
than
verse?
now.
Did you find the verse?
You
Did you
make
find the
fun of
verse?
the Lord's words.
Did you find the verse?
I told
Did
you the
find it?
verse.
No, you didn't. You told me 31 through
Yes, I did.
46, which I just literally fucking
Blah, blah,
read,
blah, blah,
and
blah,
it didn't
blah.
say what you said. So now do you want to give me the verse that shows the left is going to the
100%
lake
said
of
what I
fire,
said, and
where the
anybody
right is
can look
going?
it up.
I just read all of it. You know that, right? Did I not just go over all of it? Where did you get that t-shirt? If you're talking about the one on my background, this is available in the link in my bio. I have a shop where I do merchandise. This is make 2 + 2 = 4 again, which this guy apparently doesn't know that it equals 4. He thinks it equals Trump. And then I have a couple other editions. I'm currently wearing my Kamala Would Never shirt. Kamala on the shoulder, break ground, break glass, break barriers on the back. Anyone would like to get themselves a piece of political merchandise to piss maggots off, and boy do I love pissing maggots off, you can go to the link in the link to my bio and go to my shop. Did you find the verse yet, bitch? Guess not. Continue to tap the screen. Guys, we've been live for about an hour. We're not even past 20 fucking 1K likes. What are we doing? What are we doing? Tap the screen, guys. Tap the screen. Let's get us up to 50K. Let's get us up to 50K. This
Verse
guy
number
is either
41
going to run
is
like a
the
little
exact
bitch, or he's
verse.
verse 41. Fantastic. Then shall ye say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Can you explain to me how
That's
that
you.
references
That's
the
where you're
political
going.
life?
Murdering the unborn.
Got you. Cool. So
Tampons
here's what
in
we're gonna
boys'
do. Here's
rooms,
what we're gonna do.
gender
Here's what we're gonna do.
surgery
Here's
for
what we're gonna do.
minors.
I don't need to hear your opinions. We're gonna go after what your
That's
book
exactly-
says. We're gonna go after what your book says. And if you unmute one more time before I'm fucking done, I'm just gonna drop you.
That's the-
Because I love how you use the least of
You, I
these
don't care if
Bible
you drop
verses
me.
to make. I know you don't. So let's go ahead and make
Words,
this simple
not
for
mine.
you. Okay. So check this out. Matthew 25 is the story of the least of these, right? If we go down. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you for the foundation of the world. This man is saying the right that he's referencing is the political right, the religious right. Conservatives. This is his argument. Is that stated anywhere in this Bible? Is that stated anywhere in Matthew 25? Fuck no. But we'll keep going. Okay? For I was a hungered, and ye gave me meat. Tell me how the party who is cutting social programs and SNAP benefits gives you shit. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and ye took me in. Strangers claim asylum, and Donald Trump, upon getting in the Oval Office, cancels the applications of 30,000 of them trying to get here the legal way. Okay? Okay? Naked and ye clothed me. I was sick and ye visited me. I was in prison and ye came unto me. They turning down benefits, denying benefits, upholding companies like United Healthcare, who are denying a third of their claims. They're upholding those companies, those policies. They want undocumented migrants, or anyone for that matter who doesn't have the right healthcare insurance, to be turned away from ER rooms. So I don't know what the fuck a visit would do, but so be it. Okay, we'll keep going. I was in prison and ye came unto me. They're throwing a bunch of people in prison, many for crimes they did not commit. We just went over, what's his name? The black kid earlier, who was then found to have gone unalived an old man in an accident he was nowhere near when it happened. Okay, cool. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee a hungered and fed thee, or thirsty, and we gave thee drink. This is specifically referencing the treatment that Jesus would have gotten from some people, because we already know about the Pharisees and the Jews who demonized him, but so be it, okay? When we saw thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee, or when we saw thee sick or in prison and came unto thee. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. This is specifically referencing, no matter how Christian you think you are, no matter how good you think you treat the holy people, if you disregard the downtrodden, if you fuck over people who are already doing bad enough, if you harm his children with nefarious purposes, you're holier than thou shit, you're praising, you're preaching, you're crying, your donations to whatever fucking GoFundMe mean fuck all if you do not treat his children correctly. This was not specifically talking about people on the left or people on the right. It said people in general. So I don't know how the fuck you got this verse that the religious right are the ones who are being mistreated and downtrodden and everything else, and the left are the ones doing it, and we're going to the lake of fire. But maybe you should read the fucking verses that you present to me on a TikTok platform with 140 people watching and whoever the fuck is on Tube. Maybe you should have done that first. Just a thought. Bro was reading the Trump Bible, the goddamn, what did I call it again? What did I call it? The what version? I said the something PT. Shit. I forgot what it was. I forgot what I called it already. I forgot what I called it already. Oh my God. You know what? That has to be one of the craziest things I've never once heard a maggot use the least of these parable, the least of these verse, to make the argument that he did. That was one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my entire life. Anonymous, I don't know why the fuck you're following me, because you're not getting back up on this platform. You don't know how to answer questions. I'm not wasting my time with bigots. Fuck you. In fact, I'm going to block you. I've never heard Matthew 25 used in that way before. Mind you, he said it was verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand. So the left hand is the political left. The people that are currently trying to save Medicare and Medicaid for everyone, the people who don't want SNAP benefits to be cut, the people who want more money for homeless veterans, the people who wanted to expand access to mental health care, the people who do not want ICE to be vigilantes walking around pulling people from their homes and their jobs and sending them off to countries they didn't even come here from. Those people are holding back the country. Those people are evil. Isn't that crazy? Hi, Kit. What's up?
Hi, Hector. I just had a couple quick comments. It's very interesting to me that a lot of people who say that they worship God and Jesus and the Holy Bible and are Christian forget simple parables that people like me even remember, like it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. It's coming from a whole heathen, by the way. I'm a practicing pagan. I'm just curious what it is about this man who grifts them, who takes money from those less than him, who swindles children, and those starving and those in need of medical care. Where is the Jesus then? And then I have to ask, do you guys follow canon Jesus, or is there a whole MAGA Jesus? Because I've become convinced that there is a MAGA Jesus, and it is not canon Jesus that's actually in the Bible. And I just need to know if that's real. Is that the white Jesus? Is the white Jesus MAGA Jesus? Like, I'm pretty sure those are the same Jesus. You guys made this shit up. I'm just
Thank you,
lost.
Shauna.
That's all. I'm trying as a heathen to understand the ways of MAGA Jesus. I don't get it. I thought canon Jesus was who all these Christians followed.
That
That's
GOP
all.
Jesus is something, is something else. That nigga's something. GOP Jesus is a different animal, bro. According to the last two guests, not only does GOP Jesus think that every horrible thing that happens is ordained by God and is part of his plan, and we should welcome it in, but also thinks that the least of these was about the right. How is the right? That's what I need somebody to explain. If there's any Trump supporters left, I'm pretty sure I scared y'all off. I need someone to explain to me how Republicans are the least of these, especially in 2025 when they control the House, the Senate, the executive branch, the entire White House, the fucking Supreme Court. Can you explain to me how Republicans are the least of these?
Well, Hector, they can't call people racial slurs freely without having public consequences. So they're very oppressed, don't you know?
Thank you, Anonymous, for the $33 on Cash App. You're probably live, but did you eat? No. I did not. I did
Hector.
not. I am going to, after this live, which we'll probably be wrapping up in a minute. W's to Anonymous in the chat, y'all.
Do you have
W's
water?
to Anonymous in the chat. Yeah, I do have water. Appreciate your support, guys. Those of you who want to support the platform, some of the best ways to do it is hitting up the links in my bio, Cash App and Venmo, Green Apps and Blue Apps. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Hector Talks with 2 R's. We have now 64 of the goal. So we're about halfway through. I appreciate everyone's support. Those of you who have some extra spare change to donate, you may do so if you love the live and everything we've been talking about so far. But other great ways to support me if you don't have anything on you, because, you know, economy is hard. Trump's tariffs is impacting everyone. You may tap the screen. You can share the live. You can send your daily heart meets, claim everything on the way down. The links in my bio will also take you to my other social media platforms that you can follow, and also the Discord. We are 494 members strong in the Discord. You need a schedule. What's the schedule for what? What do I need a schedule for?
Like eating, I assume.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you forgot to do that.
Yeah, my schedule's fucked right now. Y'all know why. Where was I saying about GOP Jesus?
White MAGA Jesus? I don't know.
Yeah, that bastard. I said it before and I'll say it again. If Jesus is 10% of what Republicans think he is, if God is 10% of what Republicans say he is, fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck his son. Fuck the Holy Spirit. Fuck all his people. Fuck all his prophets. Fuck all his actions. Fuck every last bit of it. Because if you're telling me that true Christianity is being one of the most evil, demonic people to walk the face of the earth and justify the actions of Trump in this administration, then color me a Satanist. Because Satanists at least have 7 principles. You'll be able to say this, whatever it is, kid, I don't remember. 7 virtues or values that seem to hold those up more than people hold up the 10 Commandments.
Wow, you just assuming that because I'm a pagan, I know the 7 tenets of Satanism. Wild, Hector.
Do you know
That's
the
wild.
7 tenets of Satanism?
No, I know that one is bodily autonomy.
That's crazy, because
supersedes all else.
you already know more than me.
That's all. I don't know it by heart.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up. And I'll tell you what. Granted, those of you who don't know, I grew up very religious. I do believe in a God. I don't believe in their definition of him. I was very much in religion, deep religion. We're talking about I didn't believe. I remember a sector of them didn't believe in interracial dating or marriage. They believed in like not putting unhealthy things in your body, so they were anti-vaccines and everything else. They aggressively beat the hell out their kids, all this different stuff. I'm not going to get into the weeds of it. And
Okay, but I have to know, did you speak in tongues?
no, that's like, I think that's Pentecostal.
Okay.
No, I did not speak in tongues. I always thought that shit was stupid. I was going somewhere with this and I forgot. What was I looking up? Let's do 7 tenets
7 tenets of Satanism.
of Satan. 7 fundamental tenets. Let's go over them with y'all. Because-
Also, let me just say for the chat real quick before you start, Satanism is a atheistic belief system. They do not believe in any deities. That is literally the point. Satanist, the way they look at that word, means one's self. You are supposed to be your best self that you can be. It has nothing to do with the Christian Satan.
That is correct. I remember what I was saying. I grew up in this religious sector that told me all the people that I advocate for now were basically people I was not supposed to like or hate or distance myself from. And then it was Polypolitics. Polypolitics hosted a live with Ari where they were doing an interview with the Satanists because there's a lot of misconceptions around what that actually entails. And I'll keep it $1.50 with you guys. There's still things that I'm averse to because of my upbringing. This entire month, I fucking hate. I hate October. I hate Halloween. I hate the idea of people dressing up as things that are supposed to kill me. Like, that shit terrifies the fuck out of me. And I don't think that, to be honest, I don't even think that has anything to do with religion. I just don't do spooky shit. I don't do spooky shit. And I literally took forever to watch Sinners because I thought it was horror. I thought Sinners was horror, and that's why I didn't watch it. But I sat and I listened to this live, and I listened to them go over the 7 virtues of Satanism. And I was like, how are these the bad guys again? And we'll go over them. The first one should strive to act with compassion and empathy toward all creatures in accordance with reason. Treat everybody good. That doesn't sound evil to me. Number 2, the struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. I really like this one. I actually really like this one because this one is going even in because we know a biblical principle is respect the laws of the land you're in unless they violate God's laws, right? Respect the laws of the land unless they violate God's laws. And then over here, it's basically saying the same thing. The struggle for justice, I wouldn't say it's a God law, but it's a principle that he calls Christians to do. And he's like, hey, that prevails over laws, that prevails over institutions. Treat people right. Doesn't matter what the law says. Okay? Because laws could be manipulated. Laws could be evil. 3, one's body is inviolable. What's that word, Kit? Inviolable. Inviolable? Subject to one's own will alone. This is saying,
Yeah, that's the autonomy one.
the body that you were born with, you're responsible for that shit, nobody else. Bodily autonomy, that sounds very important. Number 4, the freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. True. Doesn't free you from consequences. The will to willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forego one's own. This is exactly like the thing that we say, that if we, I'm going to paraphrase the hell out of this, but when black people talk about, when black rights are threatened, all rights are threatened, right? When trans rights are threatened, everyone's rights are threatened. It's basically the same thing. It's saying, hey, you have the right to do what the fuck you want to do. Doesn't free you from consequences, but no one gets to tell you what to do with your own body, going back to number 3, or any of your property, okay? Number 5, beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit one's belief. This is saying, if science has determined that the reason why so many of us are safe today is because when all these diseases plagued the world, we made vaccines that significantly reduce its effectiveness on unaliving people, you don't then get to say said vaccine is bad, said vaccine is sinful, blah, blah, blah. This is saying trust the science. Trust the things that are tried and tested to be good for the human race. You don't get to question it just because. I agree with that. Number 6, people are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. This is one hell of an argument for reparations, by the way. But anyways, if you fuck over someone, you should spend the rest of your life trying to make amends for that harm that you've caused. It should never be, shit just happened. It is what it is. It should be, no, if I hurt you, how can I fix this? How can I help this? Interesting. We're reading the 7 tenets of Satanism. Number 7, every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, passion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. I guess this would be the disconnect, because basically their whole thing would be the word of God. If any of the tenets challenge the word of God, then no. But am I tripping? Do any of these challenge the Bible? Technically, yes, and we know it. But I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about compassion and empathy, justice, bodily autonomy, freedom, beliefs in what's real, I don't think any of this contradicts the Bible.
Did people have bodily autonomy in the Bible, Hector? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I see no problems
back
with
like
these
4
verses.
flats on the Cadillac. So finally, you admit to being a Satanist.
No, I just said I agree with Satanist principles, but okay. Even if I was a Satanist, apparently being a Satanist is based. Well, being a Satanist is based. That's like, yo, leave people the fuck alone, treat them right, live your life. Okay. Sounds great to me.
Yeah, Hector's about to become a Satanist.
Can y'all spam 666 in the chat? Spam 666 in the chat. I just want to piss them off at this point. Spam 666 in the chat. I don't know. I'm reading over the tenets, and this sounds more Christian than anything. This sounds more godly than anything. By y'all's logic. This sounds like some wholesome shit. I see you, Kenny. Let me make you a mod. This sounds like some wholesome ass shit. Sounds like Christians would be better people if they're Satanists. I don't know. Just a thought. Mind you, these are the people that I was taught to fear. Of course, and I want to be clear, I'll never be able to get down with like Baphomets and all that shit. That shit scares the fuck out of me. But I'm big on people. And the average Satanist, the average Luciferian, whatever the fuck you call them, the average evil bastards that Christianity says should be thrown in the lake of hell, seems to reflect more Christian values than they do. I think that's crazy. Baphomet is cute. People like Nikita scare
I'm
me.
gonna show you. I am gonna show you cute Baphomet pictures later because they exist. There are very cute versions of Baphomet. It's
By
adorable.
that,
Anyway,
that doesn't count. Because then you can make anything cute. You put a rose on it, you give it the cheeks, you give it like adorable face. Like that doesn't count. That's not fair.
Okay.
That's not fair.
Vincent even agreed. He said Baphomet is adorable.
I don't trust any of you. We're about to wrap up, guys. I don't have any more energy to do this shit with folks. Spider, did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, you can drop me. I didn't read the disagree thing, but I loved your reading of the Kamala Harris book. Sadly, I only caught the ending yesterday, and I'm gonna go back in from the beginning because it was a beautiful book. I'm definitely gonna have to like audible it. So you can drop me.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming up. Those of you who do not know, we spent the last couple of days finishing up Kamala Harris's 107 Days book. That is available in 5 chapters, or 5 series, we should say. All of those are available on the Tube side. By Tube, I mean you and then Tube. The link is available in the bio for those of you who wanted to listen into it. I had someone else tell me that the audiobook of Kamala Harris reading it herself was about 9 hours, and all the lives combined are about 12. So if you didn't mind the extra 3 hours, we do some great commentary, have some fun. You can check out the book if you didn't have the money to buy it, or maybe you prefer people reading it to you. All of that is available in the Tube. With that being said,
I do.
Yes.
Oh, just really quickly, I just thought it was funny the conversation we just had, and then Daddy Satan literally entered the chat. Anyway,
That
hi
is
Daddy
hysterical.
Satan, good
Somebody
to see
probably
you.
called him. He was like, "Hey, get over here. Hector's talking about Satan." Louise, did you vote for Donald Trump? Louise, did you vote for Donald Trump? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't think Louise meant to come up. Hi, Amy. What do you got?
Hey, I didn't mean to come up either, but I will tell you that 666 in ceremonial magic is a spirit number for the sun, and it's actually very positive. And yeah, no, I don't have anything. I didn't mean to come up. I just got out a sweat lodge where I was praying for everybody. So
Oh, got you. I appreciate you coming up.
I'm non-verbal.
Oh, shit. I thought you were... Sorry. Check out your local library for Kamala Harris's book. Yes, but I will warn you guys. We've had a few people who said that, and all of them, to my knowledge, have been put on a wait list because so many people are reading the book. So it could be some time if you are checking in. If you're reading it from your local library, it could be some time before you get to it. In which case I would just say buy it or whatever. But then again, there is audiobooks. Like I said, I read the entire thing on Tube for the people who can't buy it. So there is that. I don't think we're getting any more apps. So if anyone wants to come up just a friendly and say their piece real quick, I'll go ahead and conclude. I do have to go out and do my black job. So we'll do that for a couple of minutes before we end. If we can at least get to 50K likes before that takes place, I would greatly appreciate it. Super tap that screen, do all the good things. Make sure we're hitting a follow on this account. We are on the road to 40K followers. We're about at 32. Hit the follow button on here. We are live every single Saturday at 3 p.m. CST. Typically, they are a little less chaotic than this one. And then the link tree in my bio will take you to the backup forever whenever we get a ban on this one. Hi, Shauna.
Hi, I just have one thing to say. Hail Hector. Okay, bye.
Love you, Shauna.
Oh, I'm gonna get clipped, yo. I'm gonna get clipped. Evil liberal demon starts cult on live, praises Satanism, says hail Hector, says fuck God. Oh man, it's gonna happen.
You might as well just say hail. You might as well just say hail Satan and get it over with.
This is the problem with the left, these Marxist, communist, demon, baby eaters. Oh, I want to have some fun with the baby eating thing. And I don't know if this is exactly the thing, but this is the most I've found with this talking point. So obviously I believe it's like allegedly in some rituals or whatever that people do that in sacrifices and whatnot. I have a video, as one of my very first videos that I ever made. You have to scroll way down on my profile to find it. But I have a video of, I think you were there, Kit. I know Ash was. A video of a guy coming up on my panel and saying, actually, fuck it. I'm going to play it for you. I'm going to play it. Probably not the whole thing, but I want you guys to hear it. And this was the first I have ever heard of this. And that shit fucked me up. Hold on. Let me find it. This is taking me to my live. I want to go to the profile.
And just quick side note for me on the point of sacrifice, there's a lot of animal sacrifice in the Bible also. We just like to point that out.
Yeah, at least the Satanists are like respect all life. Well, they eat them, but whatever. Actually, I know some vegan Satanists. So hold on, let me find the video. Let me let up unscripted, and I'm gonna find the video.
I heard Marxist and eating babies, so I thought I was summoned.
Of course. All right.
I love you.
All right, here it is.
I'm aware that there are
there are fetal flavorings in every soda you drink. I beg your pardon?
I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but I clipped that and then I did a fact check of this alleged crap that has a lot to do with a PepsiCo contract that they previously had. It involved like taste receptors, and how that was used to test like rapid flavorings of stuff and different sodas like throughout the process. And then there was this like one original thing back in the 70s where it used like tissue, and then from there they didn't use the tissue, but then everyone since then have just keep saying that every single Pepsi you drink, you're drinking an aborted fetus. It's fucking insane. The shit these people believe is fucking insane.
Now, beetles are used to dye things. I will say that. Anyway.
Shauna, I fucking love you. But also, it's Hail Hector.
Oh my god. Hail Hector is crazy.
Isn't it Comrade Hectua, Nikita?
Oh, yes, that too. Hail Comrade Hector.
You know what? This is the problem with the left. I never consented to these names, but they call me it anyway. It's just a damn shame.
It's a damn shame that it's wasted on somebody who doesn't appreciate them.
Doesn't appreciate them. It's diabolical. All right, guys. I'm going to
Yeah,
set
Shioni, that's right.
one big one on the way out. You guys know the drill at the end of the live. I said a big one. If you can knock it out, Actually, fuck that. What's in my gift gallery right now? What's left in my gift gallery? Because I don't think I'll be live tomorrow. And tomorrow's the last day I have to knock out this gift gallery. Let's see what's in it.
DJ glasses, galaxies, and diving whale.
All the big ones. God damn it. All right, so tell you what, fuck the big gift. We have, like she said, the DJ glass. They said the DJ glasses, a galaxy, and the whale diving. I think at least the galaxy starting at 10. If anyone wants to knock out the gifts in my gift gallery before we conclude, I would appreciate it. If not, you don't got it. I get it too. They always leave the big ones. I hate it when y'all leave the big ones last. Knock out the big ones first, then leave the small ones. Then they're easier to get. But those of you who don't know how to get to the gift gallery, if you click on my icon up here in the top left corner, it's going to scroll down a little bit. It's going to show you C2,
God bless you.
I think, C2 gift gallery. W's to Shauna for the galaxy. I appreciate you. That leaves us with the DJ glasses and the whale. But if you click on that top left corner and you scroll to the gift gallery, you should see 2 gifts left. You can be the title gifter and knock those out for the week. If not, that's perfectly fine. What were we talking about with consent and how the left doesn't respect my pronouns of anti-communist? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You're gonna get me going.
Listen, I identify
God
as a
bless
problem,
you.
and my pronouns are...
W's to Shioni for
Try
the
me.
fucking whale. Let's
Yes.
go. Thank you so much, Shioni. Can we get some W's for Shauna? Wow. I think some of my favorite people start with SH. Shauna, Shioni. W's for Shauna. W's for Yoni. W's for Shauna. W's for Shioni in the chat. I greatly appreciate y'all's support. Hector's pronouns are GOP. I already know that's Mel. I really appreciate y'all. One more. DJ glasses are left. DJ glasses are left. Those of you who want to knock that out, please
God
feel
bless
free to.
you.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Jolie, for the DJ glasses. Let's fucking go. That leaves 4 more. 4 more. Thank you so much, Jolie, for the DJ glasses. WCU in the chat. WCU in the chat. Why is this weirdo still trying to come back? Actually, let me fix this problem. There you go.
I appreciate the level of boundaries that you're starting to set now, Hector. Very proud of you.
I still haven't blocked that other person, by the way.
Oh my lord, Hector, I'm fighting with you.
I
Later.
don't
It's
care
fine,
to
don't worry.
block people. I'm not a blocking person. You have to really, really bother me to block me. And then, like, when it comes to the platform, when I'm looking at the requests every 5 minutes and the same person coming up after I drop them, yeah, I'll block you.
Okay, cool. The 100 people in the chat right now. If somebody crosses your boundaries, is that every single reason to 86 them from your life? 1 for yes, 2 for no.
When have I ever denied? When have I ever denied that
I'm not
we
asking
have the
you. I'm not
reason
asking
to
you.
do it?
Not
There's
asking
absolutely
you.
the
Not
reason
asking
to do
you.
it.
I'm not asking you. Not asking you. Well, look at all those ones.
So Kit says I don't block people who cause me grief. Not so much in lives, but more so fucking weirdos we've had scroll through the platform for some time, because I'm just like, why? Maybe I think it's because I'm petty. Like, I don't need to block you to get the message out, fuck with you. And me not blocking you and then ignoring all your message stings harder. I want it to sting. I want it to sting. I want you to blow up my messages and I open every single one and leave it on red. I want it to sting. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It doesn't faze me to see your foolish ass messages every now and then if you choose to keep bugging me. What did I miss?
Go ahead and
This is old stuff.
Hide behind your petty. Hide behind your petty, Hector. It's okay.
Did Amanda just clear it? Oh my god. Oh my god. W's to Amanda for the 5 DJ glasses. I appreciate you so much. That is the end of the gift gallery. It is completely cleared. W's to Amanda. W's to Amanda. I appreciate your support more than you know. Amanda always coming in. So there was this one night that we came in and I had a gift goal. It was not even a big one. It was going very slow. And I specifically said, no, hold on. I'm jumping ahead. So all the gifts were going very slow that night. And Amanda took it upon herself to clear this, clear that, clear this, clear that. Near the end of it, I said one last goal. And I said, Amanda, don't you fucking do it. I said, you stop. I said, this final goal here is for white women only. I said, I'm tired of black women carrying the load of these gifts. I said, I want everyone who knocks out this new gift goal to strictly be white women. And white women did it. White women did it. We gave Amanda a break. But Amanda always comes through and clears the goals. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the platform. Another really dumb thing, we can't send subscriptions anymore because there's like a couple people really help out that I want to send a subscription that used to be an option. You can't do it anymore. So I find that to be weird. Hail black women, hail Hectua, hail Satan.
Oh, there it is. You heard it, folks.
Yep, somebody's gonna clip that. It's fine. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and do final thoughts. Before we get into that, I'll do my last final PSA. Friendly reminder, guys, whether I'm live or not, the links in my bio are the best ways to support me. And the best ways to support me is to maybe even support yourself in the process. We have Clipped. I knew it, Ashby. If you like to get some merchandise off the shop, whether it be from the Make 2 + 2 = 4 again line, the Cobbler Would Never line, or the 10 Commandments, you may do so at the Hector Talks shop in the bio. There's also the Cash App and Venmo for those of you who want to support me that way. You're going to have the Discord. Please join the community. We are 494 members strong. In fact, hold on. We can get 6 more people to join. So the Discord is important going forward for several reasons, and I'll go over them as follows. Reason number 1, TikTok is cooked. Thank you, Mandarific. I shared a video today of Bibi Netanyahu talking about how they're going to further push their agenda, and he said that's heavily banking on the TikTok purchase of the US. Those of you who haven't seen that video, that is available in the Discord. It's in the main chat. I posted it, and I think I reposted it on here too. The US, the far right, Republicans, Bibi Netanyahu, Putin, are banking on the US to buy TikTok so they can control what we say or do. They've already been doing it with many of the censorings and whatnot that we've been dealing with. So, most likely, unless another app comes through, live streams will eventually go over to YouTube if TikTok doesn't remain mostly the same after the US purchase, which is another reason why we're pushing the Tube side so heavily. Make sure that you are subscribed over there on that end. The link is in my bio. They'll take you directly to it, or you want to search it up. It's the exact same name as here. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Hector Talks with 2 R's. It's also important we get the watch hours up. Shorts don't count, so those of you who do want to go over there, watch back some of my old lives and stuff, you can do so via the videos and the live streams. Try to avoid the shorts. Once we get to 3,000 hours, that will enable us to monetize. It'll be super duper cool, super duper helpful. But yeah, that's reason number 1. If Bibi Netanyahu has a special interest in the US buying TikTok, I don't have interest in TikTok. We'll use it for the time being, but whatever. Reason number 2 for joining the Discord. One big family in there. Amazing people. Nikita's in there, Kit's in there, Shauna's in there, Kenny's in there, Ashby's in there. We'll have voice chats. Actually, we'll do an afterlife party after this one. We have voice chats. We have movie nights now. We're going to be doing reading. Well, it's on here, but we'll probably start that up in the Discord too. And that's where we're currently moving subscriptions over to. And the reason being is not only because of the BBNet now and stuff, but TikTok subscriptions has completely changed to Superfans, and Superfans is starting off at $10 a month. I know some I can't speak English right now. Month. I know some of you were able to renew your subscriptions for the same price for a limited time, but once that's over, it's going up to $10. And I know y'all love me. I know y'all love my oiled up skin. I know y'all love my voice and everything else. I don't think I'm worth $10 a month for each and every single one of you. Actually, let me not say that. I don't think you guys should be paying $10 a month when I have better services that are cheaper that are not that price. Because I see how Nikita's looking at me.
Face.
I fucking knew y'all was going to do that. That's why I walked it back. So all your subscription benefits and all your full stickers that they removed from here, additional benefits that also go over to the Discord and the shop, are now available in the Discord. So if you subscribe to the server subscriptions tab, you get all the same shit and then some over on the Discord side. Reason number 3 for wanting to join the Discord, I don't know, just fucking do it because I asked you to. That's all I got. What else? We are going to be having reason number 3. We're going to have an afterlife party. Typically after lives, mostly on Saturdays, we'll have an afterlife party immediately after. We go in there, shoot shit, have fun, sometimes play games. I see the eyes emoji. Some people like it when I give them orders, so I figured I'd try it. So join for that. Join for that. We're going to have fun in there.
Different apps for that, Hector. There's different apps for that. Okay?
You're not being a good supporter if you haven't joined the Discord. I agree with that, Sharon.
I am torn between fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, and yes, daddy.
You know you're going to be there. Why fight it? I do know my audience. I will never forget when Jordan came up in here and randomly put up in the chat, Hector Talks OnlyFans is in the bio, and I got a bunch of fucking DMs. I'm not going to mention names. Some random, some I know. We're like, hey, I couldn't find the link. Where is it? What is it? What's the price? And I was like, y'all some freaks. Anyways, I think that's over. I think that's everything. Discord, other social media platforms available in the link tree, Paylings, shop. Fifth reason you want to join the Discord. Movie night tomorrow night is not going to be in my Discord. It's going to be in Jessica Simone's Discord, and we have the link to get over there in mine. She'll be having a movie night. We're going to be watching The Apprentice. The Apprentice is the movie that Sebastian Stan played Trump in last year. I watched the movie. It's a good movie. I'd like to give it a rewatch. When I say good, I just mean like good in terms of movie. Obviously, I don't like watching Trump be a piece of shit. Or someone act like Trump being a piece of shit. But it's a great movie. We're going to have movie night over there at 8 p.m. CST. So join for that reason. On that note, final thoughts. Nikita, you have the floor, and then Kit.
Completely unserious. Emo clothing, I put this in the hot takes as well, so y'all can discuss it there. Emo clothing is just bohemian clothing, but in black, red, and gray.
Hold on a second.
Fight me.
You know what? I'm okay. Someone said Nestor's having trouble getting to the Discord. They reacted to everything and they still can't get in. So you're in, but you just don't have access to everything. So here's what I'm going to do, Nestor. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to check and see if you have the correct role. And if you don't have the correct role, I may have some fun clowning you. I'm kidding. But hold on. Nestor. Is that your username? What is your username on Discord? Is it Nestor? Yes. Okay. So, Nestor, you do not have the necessary role to get into the Discord. And here's why. When you join my Discord, you're going to only have access to 3 channels. Number 1 is welcoming. Number 2 is get access and rules. Number 3 is introduce yourself. So if you couldn't see the rest of the Discord, out of the 3 channels that I just mentioned, which channel do you think you have to go to get access? We all know the answer. Moving on. It's going to show you the rules in said channel. Right under the rules, it's going to say, React rules. Verify. Read the rules to avoid getting banned. Have you done that yet? Okay? The very first button says yes. You want to know what's after the yes button? Heart emoji, thumbs up emoji. Actually, I'm going to do it like this because I'm petty. I love y'all, but I'm petty. 68 heart reactions, 95 thumbs up reactions, 39 lightning reactions, 47 blue heart reactions, 31 pink heart reactions, 22 100 reactions, 25 salute reactions, 15 shook Steve Harvey reactions. If you know, you know, if you're in the Discord. 12 92% reactions, 15 checkmark reactions, 8 gangs, rock reactions, 3
rock on.
I don't even know what the fuck this is. Handshaking reactions, 3 watermelon reactions, Free Palestine, 1 tiger reaction. I'm pretty sure that was Santana. A lizard reaction. I said all that to say, for some reason, y'all know how to react to everything else but the fucking yes button that would give you access to the server. Y'all react to everything else but the yes button that you have to hit to get access to the server. It's a skill issue. Anyways, you have to hit yes, and then you get access to everything else. If you don't hit yes, it's not going to give you what you need. All right? And you can hit all the other buttons that you want, but you're going to be stuck in limbo. And I used to go through every now and then and give you guys the right role to give you access to the rest of the server, but I had to stop doing that. We had a couple lives where some weirdos were joining the server, very blank, suspicious profiles. So I can't keep doing that anymore because then we're jeopardizing the server. So you have to react right. I'm not going to fix it for you. Got to do the right thing. Carry on, Nikita.
Okay. But I just added another one so people can react not to the yes. I felt such FOMO when
I should
you
delete
put
this
in
shit.
the US state flags because I'm just like, the US state flags was just like, aww. Aww.
Nestor, I hope you
should
know
be
I'm
in
just giving you
Maryland
shit,
right
man.
now.
We're good. I hope you know I'm just giving you shit. Go ahead, Nikita.
I was just like, I saw the Maryland flag and I'm like, I should be in Maryland right now.
Oh,
Damn
damn.
it. I felt FOMO.
You just have to go fuck around and piss off the government.
I know. Like,
Of course, Nikita added a commie reaction to it, so I appreciate every single commie in my server. Every single commie in my server react to that, so that way I know where to point the finger when the government comes for you. Anyways, I'm just Kit.
Wow.
Hey, the government already came for me, okay? The government already came
I
for
was
me.
say Nikita's already cooked. They already got Nikita. She already pissed them off. Kit, final thoughts.
My final thoughts are, what, could I have big screen for like 2 seconds? I just want to show people this app because this was linked directly under the video you sent earlier about what BB said about TikTok. Somebody had linked this platform underneath it, and a lot of people are following them on TikTok as they're getting their platform up and running. I don't know if it's worth a damn, but I know that a bunch of people started following for this space to be up and running fully right now. Apparently it's a bit buggy to be like the next space people go to. I don't know a lot about it, just found out about it today, linked under that video that you sent on what BB said. So this is something that people are looking at to move over to. So I just wanted everyone to be aware. Skylight Social apparently is a thing. That's one thing. I know a lot of us that knew about Neptune. We're waiting on Neptune. Neptune's taking forever. This thing is apparently already up and running to the best that it can be.
And this is their website.
I ain't gonna cap.
We're decentralizing.
That 1.9 doesn't motivate me.
No, I know. That's what they're saying though. Like it's just starting up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same people that did Blue Sky are doing this one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, they support Android.
It's Android.
Yeah, it
Is it only Android?
It's new. It's buggy. No. It supports It supports all iOS. You silly Apple users, whatever. Yeah, it supports everybody. It's buggy right now. They're just starting out. They're doing their best. It's obviously not as well funded as TikTok, but this is the one people are currently talking about because Neptune's been taking forever.
Jolie, did you just start a thread to ask, hi, am I in Discord? Yes, you're in the right Discord, Jolie. And welcome, Erica Steele. I think that puts us up to 495. Yeah. We are now 495 members strong. Thank you. If 5 more people want to join the Discord, check the link in the bio. Empty cases. Have you opened up Skylight
The
yet?
app is not available in South Africa.
Damn.
Really? Fuck.
Should I make a Skylight? Should I make a Skylight?
I think we should all give it a shot. I think we should give it a shot, and then we should petition them to include South Africa.
I want to watch one of y'all do it first. I want to see what it looks like. Somebody said I deleted that crap. Damn. Oh, never mind. He was talking about TikTok.
I'll do it.
That was Wizard.
Okay, yeah, I'll make one. I'll make one like when we get off. I'll sit and make one. Yeah, I want us all to have a platform to go to, and I know the other ones, like people know about Clapper, that's trash. People know about Favorited, it's trash. Like we know these other apps are not living up to TikTok, but we also have to understand that TikTok is going to just be, oh yeah, Nikita, Mel made a good point, VPN.
Oh yeah, VPN.
Yeah, I want everyone to have somewhere to go, and yes, it's going to be buggy. Yeah, it's probably going to take them some time to get it up and running to what we're used to here, being all bougie over on TikTok. But like, sadly, this is about to just be another fucking propaganda machine. So with that, I guess I will end with abolish ICE, crush the patriarchy, fuck white supremacy, and
Thank you, Amanda.
blessed be.
Vincent ate shit. To Jolie, who
Hail
started the
Comrade,
thread, am I in Discord? He responded, no, you're not. You're in Russia. Y'all are terrible people. Y'all are absolutely terrible people. Any case, all right.
Get me off the big screen.
I got you. Try Skylight for those of you who want to fuck around and find out. I won't be, at least not yet. Because I downloaded, back when we first thought the app was going away, I downloaded Clapper, I downloaded Favorited, I downloaded all these different things, and they were just all ass. It's whatever happens with TikTok when the US buys it, it's going to be a huge loss because all the things that made this app great, I feel like they're just going to rob it. So I can't see myself sticking around if it's not the same. Algorithm changes the same. Censoring is one thing, but if like they change around the gifts, they change around the subs, which you're already doing, and all this other stuff, fuck it.
But that's what I'm saying. We can't expect the same level of like bouginess and smoothness from TikTok that like anywhere else. We're gonna have to give them time to figure it out. Like it's not gonna be TikTok, but if we want a platform, we're gonna have to just agree on a space, and I'll fucking move there.
I mean, I do think that the more people that get on any platform, that will help them get more funding to do what they need to do. Oh, I'm so late to this message, Nikita. Thank you for the Morris update. The more people get on the app, the more funding and stuff they can get to make it better. So that's one argument to make, to at least make the account. But yeah. Ooh, Val, I missed this too. I'm so sorry, guys. It's hard for me to keep up with all the messages and stuff in the cord because I do not have another monitor. If I had another monitor right here, I could just switch over to that and I can look at both. I'm working on it. Obviously, the dude totaled my car and all that other shit happened. But Val said in the Bible, Satan didn't go around actually unaliving people, but yet God did.
Yep.
Wait, is that true? Is it not? Hold on. Did
it's true.
Satan
Hector, do you have an Amazon wish list?
Do I have an Amazon wish list? No, but I should. I have
you should.
I have a Cash App list and a Venmo list and a PayPal list.
Okay, smartass.
Yes, in the book of Job. Oh, to be fair. Ooh. Yes, Satan did unalive people with the permission of God. Job's family. Job's family. That's all I found. Influence versus direct action. Satan's primary role is not to cause physical unaliving, but to deceive, tempt, and corrupt individuals, leading to spiritual ruin rather than immediate physical unaliving.
God took millions of lives, Satan took a few.
I was just going to say, the only people
Also,
that he was allowed to unalive with the permission of God was Job's family.
Yeah.
So let's say count 20, 30, Satan, several million. On the other side, just a thought. That's a fantastic point.
I am picturing. Now I have like the booming voice of Trump in my head, as if he is God telling Satan to unalive people. This is why I'm a writer and I just shouldn't speak.
What did I miss? Okay.
Satan is ice.
Yeah, I think that's fascinating. Very good point, Val. Appreciate you doing that. Okay. We are going to have an afterlife party in the Discord. The rest of you go wherever you want to go. If I have less than 100 people, I don't send raids anywhere. So we're going to be going to the Discord, shoot some shit in there, join the afterlife party. Those of you in the Discord, meet us there. Those of you not, the link is in my bio if you want to be a part of it. We have a ton of fun in there. It's mostly just 495 now people bullying me about my forehead, but it's fine. With that being said, I appreciate y'all coming through.
You have a forehead?
Crazy. I don't think I'll be live tomorrow. I'm gonna be working my ass off literally all the way up until the movie night. So, boo, but capitalism. Even though we have the car situation sorted out, guess what? That doesn't solve my rent. And after Monday, I won't have the means to even go do that. So I got to figure some shit out. But anyways, W's to everyone who passed through today. I will catch y'all later. And Black as Fuck History will be the next reading lives that we start doing. That one is going to be once a week. We'll read a couple chapters and not all week. So expect the debates. And the usual. I'm still kind of over it. Like even today, I got a nice break reading her book, Kamala Harris's book, and just listen to the people we had up today. I'm like, why are we doing this? Y'all don't do much. Y'all don't have anything to offer. It's just there. But I equally can't stand sitting in lives where I'm just talking to friendlies. I'm like, this. Where's the contention? Where's the outside perspective? Depends on the live specifically. I loved Santana's panel that he had for 3 nights this week talking about toxic masculinity. That was fucking fantastic. Those are things that I would love to get into with friendlies. Not politics. I really don't care to sit on a panel of friendlies and talk about politics, to be honest with you. But I would love to get into like other systems. Misogyny would be a great one. Toxic masculinity, deconstructing religion. Those are all things that would be a lot more interesting in my opinion. And I feel like I can speak to personally being a retired maggot and a deconstructing Christian. So, all right. I will see y'all in the afterlife party in the Discord. Enjoy the rest of your night, and peace, love, and hail Satan.
Communism.
Bruh, I was about to go. YouTube, I totally forgot that you guys are over there. I appreciate all of you for joining. I will see y'all probably Monday. Monday most likely is the next time we're going to be live. You guys know the drill. Go find someone else to support on this platform, whoever's live on the tube. You guys know our friendlies. Find some other lives you can watch to get the watch hours up. Hail Hector, absolutely. Thank you so much, Feisty. I appreciate you. Feisty, you're always in here. You want to be a mod? Do you want to be a mod, Feisty? Might as well. Fuck it. You don't have to do anything with it. I'll just make you a mod. Anybody acting the fuck up, there you go. You can shut them up. All right. I will see you guys Monday. Thank you guys so much. As I always say, and now that TikTok is gone, I'll say it here. You guys are the most important right now. TikTok's not that important. You guys are the most important right now. And I say that because it's very important we get the watch hours up. All of you who come here dedicated and watch this live every stream, you're helping me immensely more currently than TikTok. Until we get monetized, then you need to come back over. But anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Deuces. Those of you in the Discord, just go ahead and scroll over to there. And if you're not in the Discord, check the link in the description of this live or the link in my channel bio, and that will take you directly to it. All right, cool, great, bye.